Hail and well met. Welcome to episode 3 of our one-shot, Rich Guy Gonna Die, a murder mystery in the Forgotten Realm starring the Westgate Irregulars. No Stephen Merlino again. He is on his extended vacation, but he will be back soon. And Emily playing Kalith is still supposed to show up at some point. She's just going to be a little bit late.
So she'll be here after 7.
Yeah. So for the moment, yeah, the 4 of us, and we are here to try and solve this dang mystery. I am Eric Scott to be typically the DM of this campaign, but not for the last couple of sessions. Instead, I am playing Fane, a gender fluid warlock who is trying to help, like really trying really hard. And take it away, Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. I play Cecilia, a half-elf who is definitely not a warlock. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions: The Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. That includes Frida, Havilar, and Mahen from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac, on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, you can check them out at idlechampions.com. And as long as you're here, you can type in the command at the bottom of the screen. That will spit out a code for a free Electrum chest of your very own. So go ahead, grab that, pop it in the game, see what you get, and stick around and see the show.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. Apologies for any weirdness with audio quality. New headset as of 10 minutes ago because the other one broke. Yay! That's just how I like to start a stream.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I write urban fantasy is Rhiannon Held. Space opera is RZ Held. And as soon as I finish talking, I will put a link in the chat because this week all our Dungeon Scrawlers tie-in short stories are available for free. That's
Whoa.
4 of them from me and 1 of them from Randy, and they cover the gamut of subgenres, sci-fi, fantasy, different kind of fantasy, all kinds of stuff. So they're available for free on Kindle, and download one to try them out. And I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer who really likes lightning.
Hi, I'm Yinging Wang. I'm a writer and a filmmaker. Tonight I am DMing this one-shot so that, well, it's a one-shot, but it's the third part of a one-shot. So, what is it even?
It's a very long shot.
Yeah.
The increasingly poorly named one-shot.
Yes. But I'm letting Eric take a break before we launch into season 3 eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Randy Henderson. I play Rogar Battle Baron, a dwarf cleric of Sharindlar, a goddess of life and love, and a baby gay.
Okay, so when last we left off, the group had just finished talking to Peacekeeper Malara in the parlor.
Right. She had the horse, not a horse, chat book, something like that.
Yes. But after you leave the room, Kalith decides to hang back and chat with her a little bit further about that book club. So the 4 of you are now in the feast hall.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Have we checked every room? I know there were 2 rooms.
No.
We checked Kieran's, and then there was like 1 room left, I think.
There are still sort of 2 rooms because there's on the map, there's the blue room that we have not even figured out what it is. And then there's the guest bedroom where Barashah is locked in with the servants that no one has actually walked into.
Oh, and I'm not sure that we want to at this point, especially not with a black light. So
He didn't seem like he would go all that long. I have an important, pertinent question, though. Did something strange happen to Kayla? She seems different.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Must be my imagination.
She looks like she's always looked in her heart.
Yes, she's the best version of her.
That's so important to look like what you want to look like. I approve.
Shall we go upstairs and see?
We also need to question Jira. Doesn't need to be before
That's
doing rooms,
right.
but we do need to do it.
Because we still have her in the magic ring.
Yes.
Should we go upstairs and see what the blue room is, and if it's a place we can question Jira, and if it's not, maybe we can duck in the office?
Sounds good to me.
Yes. The blue room sounds mysterious. Let's do it.
Oh, mysterious room, and it's a mystery. That sounds like quite the thing.
Okay. So we'll head upstairs.
So your group heads upstairs to the blue room. Outside the blue room are 2 guards. They see you coming, and one of them salutes you, and he says, "Westgate Irregulars, I heard that you've been deputized. Are you here to check out Erdwane's bedroom?"
Yes, we need to see if there are any pertinent clues in there about who has done this.
Not for any funny
thing.
business.
Nothing funny. Zero funny.
Okay.
Only serious.
There's no funny business.
Serious business only.
You know how we feel about funny business over here in these parts.
Do you like it?
Fane, look at him. Look at him. Has this man laughed at anything ever?
Would you like to laugh?
Tell me
I mean, I know you're on duty.
Tell me a joke. Funny one.
A joke. What kind of joke would Sturge tell? Here we go. I'm going to make a roll, which is going to be a performance roll. Oh, okay.
Ooh, 20. That's quite good.
Do you have a joke to stand up to that 20?
Yeah, do you have a joke, or do you want to just hand wave it?
Okay. Have you ever been to the Kingdom of Barovia?
No.
This is a Barovian joke. You'll like it. So, a Vryloka. You don't know what a Vryloka is. It's okay. You've never been to Rashomon, I take it? Anyway, a Vryloka walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "What would you like to drink?" And the Vryloka says, "I only drink blood." Wait, I told it wrong. The Vryloka says, "I never drink wine." And the bartender says, "Well, that doesn't make sense." And the Vryloka says, "Well, you see, I am a half vampire who vampires vampirically, and so I only drink blood." It's a 4E joke. You might not have got it.
To your surprise, the guard starts laughing uproariously. Like he throws his head back, and he is just laughing as if he would never laugh again. You know, it's so loud, and his partner looks shocked, and his partner looks at you, Fane, and he says, "Wow, I don't think I've ever heard him laugh, but with a laugh like that, I mean, I could see why you'd want to hide it." And then he opens the door and says, "Okay, well, you can go in."
I'm so relieved. I was going to have to cast Hideous Laughter, and I only have so many spell slots. I mean, let's go.
So you enter the bedroom, and then so inside of the bedroom are a number of fine items. There's a number of really expensive fine rugs covering the floors. There are some really expensive wood furniture around the room, and the walls look like they're made from a lacquered redwood. At the top row along the ceiling, you see that there's a frieze, and in the frieze is carved depictions of battle and pictures of the gods versus the primordials, and you think it's you recognize them as a lot of stories of myths of the light. There is one thing that really catches your eye, though. In the back of the room, there is a painting. And this painting is one of those. So you had seen in the main feast hall, there were a number of mixed media pieces. They were really large, and they were made from a lot of different items. Not just paint, but also it looked like magic or little bits of natural material, like wood or fur. So this painting looks like another mixed. Let me just show everyone. You see the words. Excited. Silent equals listen. And there seemed to be a large number of references in it. The moon, an ear. The title of it is Mix It Up. And underneath the title, it says it's by the artist formerly known as Alabaster Booty Clap. You have a sinking feeling that this painting is really expensive. Like, really, really expensive.
Oh, aye.
Are there
Wow.
eyes on the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Good catch.
This is the joke I should have told. I'm going to file this away for future use.
Those are anagrams, right? I'm terrible at anagrams, but
Wait,
silent is silent and listen, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
So Cecilia and Rogar, you notice
Aye.
that the painting seems to be slightly further into the room than you would expect it. Like it doesn't lay flat against the wall.
If we go and try to move it, is there anything behind it? Or is it stuck to the wall?
The painting moves very easily. And behind it, you see etched into the wood of the wall 4 words. Let me also show this to the viewers. And also, Randy, are you playing music?
I'm not. I don't think so.
All right, start playing the Jeopardy theme.
Seriously.
So, oh,
LeVar Burton. He's doing Jeopardy. So in my head, he is the perfect Jeopardy host. So I'm glad that, he got a chance to
Right.
host.
yeah.
All right.
So you
Anyway.
see these 4, you see this before you, and whenever you trace any letter into the side with the blanks, it forms that letter into the wood, and when you tap it, it becomes blank again.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm thinking anagrams.
Thinking it's anagrams, which I don't know how interesting it's going to be to watch us puzzle out anagrams, but I love anagrams.
You can also take this to go if you wish.
That's fair. We can, is there anything else in the room?
There's a large double bed, but after you
So-
search the room thoroughly, there doesn't seem to be anything else out of the ordinary. On his nightstand, there does seem to be like a cup and another flagon of wine. It seemed like he liked to drink before he went to bed.
You and me both, Erdwane.
What about Wolf Nose? Is there any of the cooked smell? Like somebody who had the cooked smell came through?
Give me a perception with advantage.
Okay. Come on. Well, not that one. 17.
So you don't get any cook smell in the room, but you are detecting it outside of this room.
Ah, okay. Well, she's gonna put her nose to the floor and see if she can follow it where it goes.
It leads. You think it leads back generally towards the feast hall.
So
I think the first one, angered can be made into deranged, and redo it can be made into editor. I haven't tackled the middle 2 yet.
Anchored could also be made into enraged.
Enraged is better.
Grab that from Seldarine. Thank you, Seldarine.
Rogar has only got an intelligence of 9, and he's a baby gay. So he says the first one, I think, is Girl in Red, and I think the second one is Sweater Song, but I could be wrong.
What do you think those mean about your psychology, Rogar?
I
Talk
don't know.
to me about your feelings.
I don't know. That's I'll have to think about
Let's
that.
explore the deep shadow side of you.
Right.
They're, yeah, okay, Rumpus Imperator is right. Moonstarer is astronomer.
So, also viewers,
uh-huh.
I've got a little bit of a bonus for y'all while they work on this. So I actually found a bunch of anagrams that I liked. And so I only threw in these 4 for the players, but I threw in some extra ones for you.
Woo!
So let's see. Oh, there we go. So if you want to work on these, if you like anagrams and you want to work on these, if you solve them, feel free to send the answers to message@dungeonscrawlers.com, and I'll put together like a Hall of Fame or a successful answers page or something.
Old West action. Man, I should name like a novel out of
Old
whatever.
West action.
Willie makes a phrase.
Here come the dots. Oh, here
Bane's
comes
gonna
dots.
look
No,
around the room for
That would just
other
throw everything
items of interest.
Oh my god.
I'll make an investigation check.
So you already searched the room, and I already told you what you all found in there.
Oh, I see.
Logar looks at the bed. Does it look like only one person has been sleeping in it?
It looks very well made, like it's freshly made every morning, but this bed is definitely large enough for at least 2 people, at most 5 people.
I have slept in beds this big. Well, slept might be the wrong term.
Rogar looks under the bed. Is there anything under the bed? Like a dropped earring or something? Sock.
You don't find anything under the bed, not even a speck of dust. The servants seem to be impeccable.
Good housekeeping.
You could approach
Artemisia's
some
like,
servants. He's not using them.
Exactly. She's like,
Oh my god! You just hire away all his help.
Yeah, go see if Kieran wants a job.
Nice.
If he didn't do it,
I like
man.
it.
If he didn't do it, that's true. 11 plus 2 can be made 12 plus 1. If we trace these things.
Yeah.
So what are your final 4? Is that it?
Enraged, astronomer, 12 plus 1, editor.
Okay, so you form those words into the wood, and after you do so, a glowing line appears that traces like a rectangle into the wall, and it dissipates. And behind it, you find a safe.
oh,
It's made of metal, and it appears to be a dial with numbers.
The word safe can be turned into the word phase.
This is one of those moments where I don't know that I'm playing my character correctly, but every character I play is good at puzzles because I love puzzles, so whatever the backstory reason. Okay, the safe.
People are good at anagrams, dang.
Good job, Cecilia. I'm impressed.
Everything you say sounds like you're being sarcastic.
Let me try again.
No, don't.
Good job, Cecilia. I'm impressed.
It's not
Wait,
bad. Of course,
let me-
I'm a wolf.
let me try
I
again.
can't be.
Good job,
Wolves do
Cecilia.
sarcasm.
I'm impressed.
Well, this wolf does not do sarcasm. She would be just like, she just said it 3 times.
Good
She needs
Artemisia.
it.
job,
times as much.
Cecilia. I'm impressed.
Okay.
Artemisia. Outside in the hallway, you spot Erdwane, and he appears to be like looking at the office. It appears like he's like spotted like the dead body of Erdwane, and he just like his face is completely pale.
Oh, should I go take care of that?
I think Artemisia's the only one that sees it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and I'm wondering, I should do some kind of intelligence check to see what the wolf would decide to do about this. Because as the wolf, she's not necessarily sort of. Well, okay, so the wolf is feeling real smart. So now Rhiannon has to be real smart. All right.
How smart?
I got a 20, and I have no modifier, so it's just a 20. Dirty 20.
Ooh, okay, that's real smart.
And it's real smart. As I say, now I gotta live up to it. So she's gonna go over the wolf, not as Artemisia, and sort of stand in the doorway like she's real official, like she's a police dog or something. She works for the Eye of Justice, and then she's gonna sort of like and then sort of like try to herd him away.
Police wolf. All right. Stop.
She's the canine officer, really,
Yeah.
not actually a wolf. So that's what she's gonna do.
He definitely tries to approach as close as he can to the office, but your presence deters him from actually entering. He doesn't actually seem to look at you, although he registers your presence. He's staring at the body of Erdwane. Now, back inside the room, y'all are looking at this safe in the wall, or in the wall.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What kind of
well,
safe is it? Is it like a combination lock? Is it a key safe?
There's a
How do we
dial with
open it?
numbers on it.
Oh. Have we seen numbers anywhere that we forgot about? Didn't write any numbers down. Maybe we should look at what. Why would you write your safe code in the guest room? Is a wonderful question.
I mean, can we do anything with 13? That's only one number.
What was 13?
Well, so it's 11 plus 2 and 12 plus 1 are both 13. So
oh well, it could be 11 to 12, 1. Right?
yeah,
11
that might be
to
worth
1,
trying
12.
if it's a four digit.
You try that.
What are you specifically trying? Sorry.
11 to 12. 1.
The safe clicks and opens.
What?
Hooray!
Inside,
Crushing it.
find
Is it magical, Cecilia? Is there magic coming out of this safe?
Ooh. We got more dirt.
Uh-oh.
Gossip magic.
Oh.
also
Dun dun dun.
Ooh.
and you find a small stone that has a face etched into it.
The sending stone. Interesting.
Hmm.
Maybe I was not so far off. Maybe they were lovers.
I'm gonna take the sending stone out and hand it to the nearest person, whoever wants to grab this from me. Okay, and then I'm gonna take out the first one and go to activate it. Does it work? Does it light the other one up?
It does.
Okay, I'm not gonna use it, but
Aw.
now we know. You're standing right in front of each other, and I don't
I
think I'm
know,
gonna
but-
say anything you're gonna listen to.
I feel like we're connected.
Again with the sarcastic voice.
Let me try again.
Where's Artemisia?
I feel like we're connected. Is that better?
Mm,
A little bit?
don't believe you. I don't believe you.
okay, but you believe me a little bit. You disbelieve me a little bit less, right?
Why are you doing this? You're just gonna turn around and like, haha, swipe something and disappear.
What? No, I'm here to help. I want to be part of the group.
Literally never said you weren't going to help. Now I'm wondering though.
How do I convince you to trust me? Well, maybe trust me might be several bridges too far, but maybe like give me a chance.
I am giving you a chance.
Okay, well,
I am giving you a chance right here.
Okay. What do I need to do?
What are you doing right now? You're helping. You're doing helpful things.
Yeah, I'm
That
annoying
doesn't
you
mean-
because you do some of your best thinking when you're annoyed. I thought it would be helpful.
Don't agree.
Okay.
I do my best regressing from the goal. Where is Artemisia?
That's a
Can-
good question.
Can Artemisia hear that? Because I assume just out in the hallway, she can probably hear that far, right?
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
also come out in the hallway and see you, probably. I guess you can come in. You just said.
So she's like standing in the doorway, preventing him from coming in right now, and he's not really looking at her. If she leaves the doorway, he'll probably go in, right?
Yeah, you think his hand, you see his hand is like unconsciously near his pocket where the sending stone was. But he just, like, his face is just completely pale. He seems like he's in shock.
Okay. Well, so Artemisia Wolf is gonna call out and be like, he's gonna come in and with the body and do something to the body. So he'll
Bark,
hear
bark.
like,
Okay. Okay, she's in the hallway, and Cecilia's gonna go out and try to find Artemisia. We did not look in the book to see what the gossip was.
Hey, welcome Raiders.
Ooh.
So
Nelly Forge just raided us. We are currently on part 3 of a multi-part murder mystery.
We found some clues.
Ruh-roh.
Okay, so we come out and we see Erdwane standing there looking like he's gonna sleepwalk into the body room.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, do you want me to handle this?
What do you mean by handle it?
Probably not kill him. But
Let's start with asking questions.
Oh, right.
I guess I'll go up to. Is he a lord or is he a goodman, Mistfall? What's his honorific?
You do not believe he's a lord.
All right, Goodman Mistfall. You seem to have lost
respond.
your way. What?
He doesn't respond to you.
Interesting. I'm gonna snap in front of his face. Does he flick? Does he blink?
After a while, his eyes like focus on your fingers, and then he collects himself and looks at you.
Are you all right?
No. No. And you see that there are like tears forming in his eyes, and he's like, "What is that, Erdwane?"
Why don't you come over here? And I'm gonna pull him away from where the body is, so we're not having this conversation in front of the body. And I'm going to make significant eye contact with Rogar because I feel like this is your wheelhouse, buddy.
Yeah.
And just sit him down somewhere. Is there somewhere he can sit down? The bed is fine if there's nothing else.
Oh, I wouldn't set him on the bed, I say.
Oh, okay.
You feel like he's probably
chair.
gonna just slump down like onto the floor.
There's no chair in this room.
Which room are you taking him into?
I was gonna take him into the bedroom.
There's a chair.
All right, let's steer him to the chair
Okay.
so that he doesn't end up on the floor, because we're not gonna get him off the floor. I feel like none of us has a high enough strength for that.
As you're walking him over, so Rogar and Cecilia, with your passive insight, you get the sense that he's like really trying to like collect himself, but by the time he reaches the chair, he begins to sob uncontrollably. And he says, I was just going to talk to him. My sending stone. I didn't know where it. Is he truly dead?
Rogar will put her hands on his shoulders and say, I'm sorry to say he is. And
He breaks down in uncontrollable sobs.
I say, I can see he meant a lot to you, I say.
He said, so after a little while, he stops sobbing so hard and says, yeah, the two of us meant a lot to each other. There was a reason why, after all these decades, he never remarried. I was that reason.
Rogar says, I understand. I just want you to know that I do not judge you, and I think that this is a safe place to talk to me about anything that you're feeling.
I don't know if I feel safe here. His body is like 40 feet away from me. Do you know who did this?
Well,
we're working on it.
We're working on that. Is there anything that you could tell us that may help us?
He's like, there's like this look of bewilderment in his eyes.
Did he have any enemies? Anyone who might have hired someone to dig up dirt on you? or him, or the two of you?
He says, enemies. I mean, yes, you don't get as rich as that without having enemies. He stepped on a lot of toes on his way to becoming, on his way to building his wealth. I mean, I could see a few people here having an issue with him. Lothlane, Adariel, my wife, even Jahasa.
Did your wife know of the nature of your relationship with Erdwane?
I never directly told her, but she's been much colder to me these past few years. And I never confessed to her, but I'm pretty sure she knows. She's not a dumb girl.
We flip through the book while he's having this conversation and see if there's any corroboration about that.
Let's see here. You mean the book with Adariel's name on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dirt book.
Yes.
A small canister, it wouldn't just be daughter, right? That'd be too easy.
I mean, I think we should just try that, because what's the harm in doing the obvious?
Number of letters.
What is the
Yeah.
harm? Hey, Cecilia, is this magical?
They look at it as magical. I feel like it's got to be magical.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think it said in its description that it's magical.
What kind of magic?
Oh, yeah.
How are you going to figure that out?
I use detect magic on it. My Eldritch Sight works like detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like transmutation.
Oh.
Ooh, is this change the desk?
You don't know.
I know. That's my guess. I don't know if it does.
There might be some treasure hidden in the desk. You're right.
Is there dirt in the dirt book?
Yeah, so you open the book and you read it, and it seems to be a record of Adariel's mercenary company's movements and like their supply logs and payment records. There are a large number of records there of so basically it looks like she's like cooked her books, and also she's taken a number of payments from Jahasa.
Interesting. Okay.
I wanted to Rogar is Rogar's tearing up, and he's feeling like this sudden, like really weird flash of irrational, like just anger, and it's like at the thought that, you know, poor Erdwane had to like hide his relationship with Erdwane and the damage it's clearly done to like his relationship with his wife, and rather than being able to be honest with her about it and whatever, like, so all of that's flashing through Rogar, and he's feeling all of these feelings, but he's trying to hold it together. And the thing he wants to ask next is, when we encountered you, when we found you in the library, had you been with your wife that entire time, or was she there before you?
I had gone to grab her a cup of wine from the kitchens. By the time I got to the library, I saw her there standing near the front, reading a book.
Ah, yes, the jealous lover story. Always a good one. Or is it the jealous wife? Jealous wife over the lover? Yes, also a good story.
Can someone, this is a sort of rules question. Scrolls, you have to be a caster of that type to cast the scroll, right? Or can anybody cast a scroll?
I know that if it's of a level that you can't cast, then you have to make a roll for it. Otherwise, it has to be on your list.
Okay, so here's my question. Somebody cast something from a scroll. Does your wife do magic?
She has many things, but not magic.
That's a cruel thing to say about the life partner you've chosen for yourself.
I mean, I'm pretty close.
Ours was a political marriage.
He's trying to go back to that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Was Lothlane in the library with your wife when you returned? Get with the wine?
No, he came from somewhere in the back.
Suspicious. Does Lothlane cast Does Lothlane do magic?
I don't know.
Okay. So he's just risen to the top of our suspect list.
Can I get you something to drink, perhaps?
Do you think that it's Lothlane? He says as he starts getting more enraged.
To be clear, it could be a lot of people. Your boyfriend there, definitely, you are not lying. He had a lot of potential enemies.
He says, I wish I had a weapon. I wish they had not taken my rapier. I would go downstairs and run him through right now.
Okay, but see, if you do that, then you're a murderer, and then
whoever
you're the one they're gonna cart off.
Yes, and whoever is setting him up would win.
I don't care.
We care, though. I mean, yes, we care.
Artemisia is gonna come stand kind of in the doorway, looking at him. Still as a wolf.
Oh, okay, I was wondering. Okay.
No, she hasn't changed back yet. I figured she shouldn't bounce back and forth. So she's gonna come and in case he was thinking of jumping up and going out, she's in the way. She's looking at him.
Because Rogar trusts Cecilia's sort of, he's going to whisper to Cecilia should we take him into the ring and tell with Jira to keep him safe, but
that
also
doesn't seem like a good idea.
Maybe he should know about Jira.
I think
if he's all he has left of his love.
Now, 1 second. No? So why don't we let him sit here and collect himself and take ourselves back out and see if the guards will keep him in this room, because he is gonna do something dumb.
Did Erdwane keep alcohol in this room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a half-drank pitcher of wine, flagon of wine.
Okay, I pour that for Erdwane, and I push that on him.
And I didn't see any secret passages out of the room, right? With my true sight, there's no. He can only get out through this door. Okay.
He thanks you for the wine, Fane, and then he just chugs it all down in one gulp, and
I
pushes
watch
the cup
very
back
carefully.
at you.
Did you think that wine was poisoned?
No.
Did you know that wine was poisoned?
No. I mean, there's a chance, right?
Yeah.
He puts his hands in his head, or he puts his head in his hands.
Huh? Oh, emotional damage. Right. Not poison damage.
Rogar will offer him a hug.
He lets you hug him, but he doesn't embrace you back.
Okay.
Say, Rogar. Do you think this man needs to calm down?
I thought about it, but it only lasts a minute, and I didn't want him to feel. I think it's important for him to feel his emotions. If he were going to attack someone, I would have called him down. But
I think it's wise. Save it in case he overpowers the cards and goes to murder Lothlane, who
Yeah.
we only have circumstantial evidence against.
Right. We should go find Lothlane now. Have a chat with him.
I think we should talk to Jira before we do that.
Okay.
But he is definitely somebody we should talk to. Okay,
since someone needed to stay outside with the ring, Rogar could stay outside and keep Erdwane company and try to continue to comfort him and just hold the ring while you guys.
Hail Raiders.
Erdwane? Hello, Raiders.
Hello.
Hey, Inverted Axis. Welcome.
Woohoo!
Okay, so Rogar's gonna hold the ring. We're gonna go in there and talk to Jira. I'm gonna actually, Cecilia's gonna pull Rogar over and just be like, I don't think you should mention Jira just yet.
Okay.
Wait. I'm not saying that Erdwane is the murderer. I don't think that's the case, but you never know. And boy, would it suck if we let on that we know what's going on there. Let's just keep it.
The more you
secret
mention
for now.
her, the more danger she's in.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, wait. Sturge randomly inserting himself into conversations. That is a thing, right? Yes.
He does it
Aye.
here. But, all right.
Okay. So your group goes into the ring minus Rogar, who's staying outside.
and out. They do it out of Eldwain's line of sight.
Are you sure you want to take me with you?
Just grab her wrist and go.
Okay. So go into the office and you go into the ring because you said you want to do it like out of line of sight of anybody.
Mhm.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close the office door. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all get into the ring. Rogar goes back to talk to Erdwane.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the ring in his hand.
So remind me when you're not in the ring and there's a person inside. What do they experience?
I see everyone rapidly shrink down and then disappear into the ring.
Does like time continue to
Oh,
pass
for
for
Jira.
Jira?
How does
For
Jira?
Jira, what has
Yeah.
Jira experienced?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
It's
like,
wibbly wobbly.
yeah.
Okay, let's say she is she's sitting at one of the tables with food and drink, and she looks like she's sort of like out of sorts. Like she's trying to drink and eat that food, but she looks troubled.
Like someone just shoved her into a little pocket dimension?
Yes.
Understandable.
Right after finding her dad dead. Yeah.
Does she know that? That's a good question.
Oh, yeah,
So,
did
okay.
she?
So, well, I'll go up to Jira and say, how are you feeling?
I feel like really confused.
Well,
There's a lot of magic that was being used on me today, and I'm not used to that.
That's fair. We did throw you in the deep end with some of that. This is a safe space. This is a little pocket dimension that Artemisia has for emergencies. So we just tucked you in here because I don't know how much you remember about what happened before that, but things are a little hairy in the Shalesar Manse. What do you remember?
She says, we were sitting in Erdwane's office. I was sitting in the chair behind his desk. Your group had cast blindness and deafness on me. I couldn't hear or see anything. And then over time, I found my senses would come back, and then they would disappear again. And then finally, when I could see and hear again, I saw Erdwane on the floor, stabbed through the back with a knife or dagger. And then your group came rushing in. And then I fainted.
So, just to be clear, when the deafness was removed from you, it returned?
Yes. I felt it acting upon me again, and I let it because I thought one of you was renewing the spell on me.
Did you get the sense at any point that you weren't in control of your body?
No. Not as far as I'm aware. I was always in that chair.
We think someone else cast a spell on you of some sort?
Another person in that room?
Yeah, or adjacent. And we're trying to figure out who and what exactly happened. But it sounds like you don't remember anything.
I wish I had. I wish I had seen or heard anything, but
And nothing in between when
Yeah.
the spell began to go away. Was there even the smallest sound that you picked up before it came back in full force?
She says, "No, but this time my deafness felt a little different. Like it wasn't the same magic that your group used on me. I think
Interesting.
I'm a rather smart common girl, so I know these things."
I bet it was a
silence.
silence spell. So it wasn't a deafness on her, it was a silence on the room. And so it got Erdwane as well, which is why he didn't hear what was yelled.
Yeah. Do you remember yelling anything?
No. I might have screamed when I saw his body again. But I
That
don't.
was when we were there, right? When we took off the blindness.
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't remember screaming before that.
No.
And did Erdwane tell you anything?
No.
Okay.
Yes, the ring world is trying to. It has this influence over people. It makes them more honest than they would otherwise be. So
Wait.
troubling.
What are you referring to? Like the need to tell her what's going on, or?
Well, her assessment of herself as a clever common girl.
You know what? That's okay. Toot your own horn.
I agree.
There's not an easy way to put this, but it seems like you deserve to know what's going on over there.
Sorry, one of the viewers, Jason Charles Miller says, "Did the rich guy die yet?" 2 sessions. Yeah.
Hi, Jason. He's real dead. He's real dead.
He is super dead, yeah. Definitely.
I don't, this isn't the best way to tell you this, but there isn't a best way to tell you this. Erdwane Shalesar was actually your father. That's what he was going to tell you.
We think.
She looks at you with this puzzled look and says, "Really? Is that
Maybe.
You're not lying to me? You're not."
No.
Can't. We're in the ring world because somebody thought that was a good idea.
It's useful.
It's very entertaining. Something else.
Do we have the canister on us? Because Artemisia
Yeah.
doesn't know about the canister, but Rhiannon thinks we should give the canister to her.
I think that's reasonable. Here, there's this. We haven't unlocked it yet.
She takes the canister from you, and I'm just gonna pull up the picture to show viewers.
Maybe it'll explode and kill us all in the ring world. Won't that be a fun way to die? Fane says. Fane is obviously very uncomfortable in the ring world.
So there's not even anybody unpleasant here, Fane. So you can relax. See,
I can't
Just
even
us.
use illusion magic in this world. I have the antlers and everything.
Literally nobody cares, Fane.
You look
You don't?
fine. You
No.
look, yeah.
I don't
can't-
think
you can't-
about you this much.
You can't really lie in the ring. That's,
Why would we worry about
I mean,
that?
that also seemed to be very honest. Okay, fine.
They set
I'll
off
be-
your cheekbones. There you go.
Oh,
You should
thank you.
maybe have a different color to go with your hair, though, on your clothes.
Oh, I just kind of wear whatever I eat. Yeah.
Anyway, that's tangent.
Jira.
So this time, this
right,
whole
the murder
time,
mystery.
while you guys were talking about that, she had taken the canister and she had just been staring at it. Like she's been reading like for Jira, and then she like looks at the number of slots and she says, "Daughter?"
That's what we're thinking.
Yeah,
That's the number of slots
but you
when
should be
spelled
sus-
in the common tongue.
Is this from Erdwane?
Yeah, we got it out of his safe. We were deputized. This isn't theft. This is clue hunting. Sanctioned clue hunting.
We are the heroes.
You are the heroes of Westgate. So
She gets to say that today.
Some of us are.
I suppose yes, I believe you. You must have found this as part of your investigations, and not from any other nefarious way. All right. Anyways, she like
Yes, today is a strange day. You're right, child.
she touches the slots until the letters like daughter appear on it, and then the canister clicks open on one side, and the end slides open, and inside is a thick, multiple folded like piece of paper.
You're gonna open that? Do you need one of us to open it for you? Is it too intense?
She slowly pulls it out of the canister with trembling hands, and she unfolds it, and over her shoulder, you could see that the top of it says, Erdwane Shalesar, Will. And then inside of it, you also see that there's a smaller note tucked in. Appears to be a to Jira.
Is she gonna read it?
She reads it. I mean, yeah, she's definitely gonna read it.
She's not gonna read it out loud.
Read it out loud?
I mean, yes, I'm very curious and very nosy.
You're a clever young woman. Clearly, you can read.
She says, "Yes, I have been fortunate, and I do actually know how to read." It says, for Jira, or to Jira, I'm sorry I could not have been there for you your entire life. I'm a coward, you see. To most people who know me, they think of me as hard, resourceful man who will stop at nothing in order to get what I want. And in that they are correct. But they don't know that there are things that I want that I'm too afraid to even admit myself. You are one of those things. If you are reading this, then it's possible that I never really got to admit any of this to you in person. And for that, I deeply regret. I want to tell you that yes, indeed, you are my daughter. I and your mother had met many decades ago, and we had a brief, torrid, incredibly
Dude.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Thane is like taking notes in her little notepad.
She kind of like gives like this weird look at reading that out loud, and she's like,
Yeah.
Oh, well, my dad, right?
Yeah,
Reading about the exploits of my father, I guess. And then she continues to read, and says, after your birth, your mother and I, we could not actually admit to our affair, for you see, she was not a noble nor merchant, and I had no time for romance. So I also thought I had no time to raise a child. But as the years grew on, I began to think of you more and more. And soon I had tasked some of my personal help in order to track you down and keep an eye on you. And soon I could not help it. I had learned that you had grown into a fine, really clever young lady. And so I had to go and visit you and get to know you better. And I think without a doubt, I now know that I regret. I had built a huge fortune throughout all those years. But I wonder what I could have instead if I had spent more time with you. I hope that we had spent many years before you were reading this letter, and that we had a chance to catch up on everything that we had missed out on. Enclosed, you will find my will, which leaves my entire fortune to you. Jira, my most beloved daughter. Signed, Erdwane Shalesar.
Slap that corpse now.
You're not gonna keep that letter, are you? Because I liked it from.
Fane.
No.
Oh, okay. Fine. Just.
Jira, I just want to say, as one person with a terrible father to frankly another, You're allowed to have complicated feelings about this because he was a coward. He did not do right by you. And he's dead, and we can be sad about that. But also, and we can be sort of happy that you got, you know, money to do things with and pull you out of your waitressing job. If that's what you want, if you want to keep waitressing, you're allowed to waitress with money. But you don't have to forgive him for being a shitty dad.
As another person with another terrible father, you are also allowed to have entirely uncomplicated feelings about this and want to hurt somebody very hard and badly. Just letting you know. Whatever you feel, totally valid.
She says, I honestly don't know how to feel. This is a lot of information. And he was a kind stranger to me, but still a stranger. I think I will need some time in order to think about this.
Well, the good news is you have a lot of money, and that buys you time.
She looks again.
We're going to find out who actually killed him so that you are not framed for it.
Yeah, that's
we're going to find out who set you up for murder.
I'm framed for his murder?
Yeah,
what?
Okay, so there's another detail that we didn't get to yet. We're sort of working our way through things that people need to let you know.
Oh, it's so good to be in the ring world where we're all so honest, isn't it?
Corpse, we did speak with Dead, and he sort of implied that you were the one that killed him.
What?
Were you the one that killed him?
No, of course
Okay.
not. You
That's
don't
why we
believe
put
this,
you-
do you?
No, that's why we didn't tell anybody you were in here, because it just didn't seem very plausible.
I mean,
I mean,
now all of this is starting to sort of make sense. Part of me wondered if you were trying to kidnap me or something, but
no.
No,
I
that
mean,
was
her maybe,
definitely
but-
not the plan.
So, out
How
of
much money
curiosity-
exactly did you inherit? by the way?
Bane.
All right, I just thought I would.
Do you know if Lord Erdwane and Lord Lothlin had any animosity? The way Lord Lothlin tells it, they're besties. But
all I know is that Lothlane wanted to talk to Erdwane at some point tonight, and he didn't like it when Erdwane pushed him off because he said he had to talk to me first. He seemed quite upset by that. Oh, it appears somebody else has entered. Excellent.
I was like, are we doing a contest tonight? I got very confused. No, come back!
Hello, Kalith. Oh,
Logging in. Hang on. So I noticed something about that letter when Jara was reading it. Jara, I have a question for you. How old are you exactly?
she says, 21.
That letter says that he met your mother several decades ago.
I mean, 2 decades.
You did say decades and decades. Didn't the letter say decades and decades?
That might just be me making things
Okay.
up on the spot,
Oh,
like
okay.
making up the letter on the spot and then
Well
speaking.
done, sir. Well done.
I was thinking
All
2
right.
decades.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It's like, this is how we find out she's actually a Githyanki or something.
Surprise!
That is past the age of majority in Westgate, so you could inherit all of his resources if you make it out alive.
That's the goal here, just to be clear.
Alive?
I'm glad we made it clear that that was the goal, because that is the goal. Yes.
All right.
Well, if somebody killed your father for his money, we need
And
to
set you up for it,
make
probably to
sure
make
that
sure you didn't inherit his money, so that that other person would inherit his money. Do we have any idea who else would be in line to inherit his money? Might I see that will?
Sure. She hands it
That's
to
a
you.
good one.
Okay. I'll make my investigation check. I got a 16. I specifically am looking for who stands to inherit other than Jera?
Anybody mentioned specifically as not getting anything because that's how you lock down a will.
Anybody mentioned as
no.
a next of kin? Anybody?
No.
Any relatives mentioned?
Does anybody else get some money?
No. Actually, so from your investigation roll, you also know, like, from the local laws of Westgate, that if Jira does not inherit, like, they supposedly perished or something, then it would go back to the property of the city, and the merchant council would get to decide what to do with it.
I mean, they would, except
who was the
something
lawyer?
happened.
Does it mention who the lawyer was who helped him execute this will?
No. Not on this will.
It's not notarized or anything. Okay.
Is anyone at the party on the Merchants Council?
You don't know?
It's a good question. Is the Merchant Council alive?
I mean, some of them are.
I mean, Eric, you know that. You would know who survived better than I would.
A couple of them did, but none of these people are clearly members of the old Merchant Council. But the Merchant
theoretically,
Council...
if the money goes back to the Merchant Council and they decide how to disperse it, somebody could go make a very impassioned argument that they deserve it, which is probably not, for example, Kieran the Footman.
Right.
So we can probably cross him off the suspect list. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure. I feel like as soon as we cross someone off, it's Yang Yang saying, I fooled them.
No, I mean, there is an answer that's set in stone.
My suggestion is that we go back to the party and ask if anybody knows of a will.
Okay. I think that's reasonable.
Are y'all still in the ring? You're still
I think we're ready to get out of the ring.
We can pick up Caleb.
Fane was ready to get out of the ring as soon as we entered the ring. But
before we jump, here's a question. Jira, should Jira stay in the ring? Does Jira want to stay in the ring? Because I'm kind of like, if we get her out, is anybody going to be surprised to see her and thereby show that they thought maybe she was going to get arrested? I feel like we get, what was her name? Malara? I feel like I convinced Malara this is my cousin and it will be fine.
I mean, we could get that cheaper by having Fane look like Jira, right?
That's a good point.
I could do that.
Jira, are you okay staying here?
See who tries to kill me.
Yes, I think it'd be good for me to have a little bit of alone time to sort through my thoughts and figure out what to do.
That's what this place is for.
Can I insight check her just to make sure she's not a really sneaky?
Absolutely.
I feel like Cecilia insight checks everybody she meets, so it's not totally wild. It's 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you don't sense that she's lying. You sense that she's quite confused and distressed.
Okay.
Yang Yang, I look around for alcohol and or sharp objects. Are either of those existing in the office ring world?
Yeah. There's a bunch of wine over on the table with the food, and I'm sure there's like a knife that's used to cut the food as well.
Okay, I pocket it.
You all see
wine I bring over to Jera. Here.
Don't you have your own weapons without stealing Artemisia's illusory weapons?
I'm sure Artemisia can replace any of these things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you take it out, does it still exist?
I don't think it will.
Did it make you feel better to steal something? Is that what this is?
She can
You've
try.
been trying to be good for so long. You just
Lady
needed to get out of your system.
Lady Tyrone, are there any other dangerous objects in this space?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's slightly changeable, but no.
Fane pulls her sleeves up closer to her hands. Oh, okay, good. Just making sure. People going through grief do odd things.
Oh.
I hate being so honest. Can we get out of here, please?
Yes, let's go.
So do you have any way of signaling Rogar that you're about to pop out to the ring so he's not no one has
I don't think so.
sending or messaging or anything like
We
that?
don't do that. That's song.
No.
That's Stong and Sturge, and neither of them are here right now. So
We both have, and we
It's
have the
just
two
gonna be a
sending stones
surprise.
in the inside. The room.
Yeah.
This is
It's-
going to be a
it's-
surprise.
It's not on top of you though. Like if you have the ring in your hand, like
Mhm.
when Artemisia comes out, she will be holding that hand, like standing next to you.
Aye.
And I'm presuming that anybody she like brings with her will be like on her other side.
Yeah,
Well,
Kayla, in the meantime, you also go upstairs to the office and you find Rogar.
Aye.
the ring.
And really quickly, so Rogar was just basically holding his hand and talking to him, and the gist of what he basically, so as just before you all pop out, he's kind of sitting there and he's basically saying, you know, just I just from one person who struggled with this to another, don't waste any more time like trying to deny or hide your love. You know, you can't get that time back, and I know you're in pain and the grief overwhelms everything right now, but you know, I hope that when you look back you can take that lesson from this, that you could have had more time with him, real true time, if you'd been honest and just embraced it and faced the consequences. And what I've learned that, and you know, you can't get more time unless you like go to the Silver Sea or become a deity or find an immortality potion but anyway, beyond, you know what I'm saying, time is the one thing you kind of get more of, so don't waste it when you have love, and you need to be honest with your wife, lad, because you know you're denying her the chance to move on and find true happiness and love as well, and you don't want to do that. You know, you don't want that on your conscience, so be honest with yourself, be honest with your wife, and you know, embrace love, my friend. And that's what he's saying to him when all of a sudden, whoop, Artemisia's holding his hand. Whoa!
Make myself look like Jira.
So Erdwane, you know, hears your words. He's kind of listening to it, but he's also just staring at the dead body of Erdwane, and he's just like,
Well, we moved him in the bedroom, to
Yeah.
be clear, away from the dead body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
then Erdwane,
He's just been drinking wine.
He doesn't need to be
so
looking at
Rogar's been
that.
giving him wine
he
and
thanks
just kind
you,
of
and
comforting
he says,
him.
yeah, and he says, "Thank you, preacher man. We'll consider those words."
Preacher dwarf, just to be clear.
Sure. Okay, so that you guys pop out of the ring, Caleb arrives.
I know men are one of the creator races or whatever, but dwarfs.
Just to be clear, where has Caliph been this whole time?
She's been in the parlor talking with Peacekeeper Malara. You have exact dates and a schedule of which books you're going to read in your newfound book club.
Did I want those?
Yes.
Doesn't matter, you got him.
You probably got some good hors d'oeuvres to eat, though, I'm assuming.
Caliph doesn't walk now. She just kind of waddles.
Malara just kept saying like, "Oh, you're all bones. You're all skin and bones. Eat this, eat this."
Is it
That
because
is more true than you think.
Is it because Kayla's metabolism no longer functions? She's just full.
I mean, she's like
Okay.
another bag of holding then, but yeah.
Especially gross.
Anyways,
Just like another bag of holding. Oh my god. All right.
So we
So-
clarified the book club is also like really weird, trashy romance novels. Just to be clear.
It is
Uh,
all trashy romance novels. Nothing but trashy romance novels.
Did you tell her that Setson Part 3 is coming out soon?
My God, Fane!
What?
Out of one side of your mouth, I want to be friends now. To the other side of the mouth, I want to turn your love life into a chapbook.
Hey, I didn't say.
Money,
I didn't
money.
say I had written it.
okay,
Did
so your
not
group.
say that.
Back up. She's looking. Caleb is pretty frazzled. She's like, okay, I finally got away. What happened?
Well, we opened a safe using anagrams. And we found by the way, Rogar, the will was in that little thing. We found his will. He left everything to Jura.
Oh, that's good.
We gave it to Jura. She did not hear anything. Someone definitely cast silence on that room. We found another one of these dirt books, this time about a Dariel Mistfall. Yeah, that was all the things that was in there, right? Am I forgetting anything? Also, there was
the sending stone.
Oh, and the other sending stone. Yeah. So Erdwane and Erdwane are the sowing wild oats couple.
Oh.
Also, now we have a pair of sending stones.
And Lothline was at the back of the library when Erdwane came in. And Lothline was one of the people who smelled like the scent that came through the secret passage to where the scroll bits were. So I think he's the front runner for the suspects right now.
Mm-hmm. And he has a weird magic ring. I don't know if that matters. But he did say he would tell me about his magic ring in private.
Are you gonna take him up on the offer?
I mean, maybe. If it gets him to tell us more about why he might have murdered Erdwane.
You can take the ring off of him. See what it actually does.
I can see if it will. He was very squirrely about it. It also might be absolutely irrelevant. I don't know. But probably he's the one we should talk to. Unless we can figure out... Okay, so here's another wild idea. Jahasa... I believe Fane mentioned Jahasa was willing to trade something for secrets.
Yes.
And hold up the
Make
dirt
her a
book.
good offer.
We
Something
give
that
her
she
her
would
dirt
want.
book.
Indeed.
So yeah, specifically, just because your characters would remember this, she'd said like something of value. So
Mm-hmm.
Blackmailing her is valuable.
Giving her her own book might be very valuable.
She may notice the fact it says 3 of 3 and bargain, but
Can you scratch that part off? Tear off that corner.
spill some wine on
Lightly
there.
scorch it.
Just to see if there's any, because I think we have kind of a squishy motive. Like Lothline wanted money from Erdwane, and Erdwane wasn't going to loan it to him. But if he's dead, he's not going to loan it to him. So.
And if Jira's arrested, she can't loan it to Lothline. So
if his plan is to go to the Merchant Council, it would be good to find that out. That's a possibility.
And Jahasa would know.
But he has the opportunity. We don't know for sure if he can cast a scroll, because that's the other question.
Was anyone courting her? Like, what if Erdwane was killed specifically so she could inherit, and then whoever was courting her would just, be a sugar baby on her?
Sugar baby.
That also seems like something.
The guys are so this.
Okay, well, whatever we do.
It's like, oh my god!
As Rumpus Imperator pointed out in the chat, whatever we do, we don't give the will to anybody.
No!
It's real valuable.
Well, Fane looks like Jira now, right?
Yep.
So, by the way, Caliph, that's not Jira. If that wasn't clear.
What? I am a clever urchin from Westgate. How am I not Jera?
Let me count the ways.
I can.
But you're Jira enough for this.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to do?
I mean, so I think that we can find out a ton of stuff that we need to know from Jahasa. It's just a matter of, is there a decent enough chance that it could be her? Because if it is her who did the murder, then we don't want to go to her and get all her lies. But it doesn't seem very likely, in which case I think we should go to her and try to trade for information.
What was
Caleb can always detect thoughts, so it's like if you ask her a question and she's actually lying, Caleb can tell.
Aye. And I can do Zone of Truth. If we do that combination of Zone of Truth and speaking thoughts, if she knows that she has a Zone of Truth and we ask her a question and she doesn't want to answer, right? She'll think, I don't want to answer that because I would incriminate myself. And then you would hear that and we would know. So either way, she either speaks the truth or she tries to hide it. And then you hear it because if she knows that we have that truth spell on her, it'll make her think those kinds of thoughts.
You also know that, because you can cast Zone of Truth, you know that she has a chance to save against it. And if she saves.
That's true. Okay, that is also true. Aye.
go.
So just as we're walking down, regards like so what was the connection between? So there's the mist falls, but what was the connection between the wife and Jahara?
There's not, especially, except we have a dirt book for each of them.
Oh, okay.
You recall that when you read Adariel's book, it seemed like she was taking payments.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, but yeah.
She's taking payments from Jahasa.
That's what it was. Aye. So, okay. Well, Rogar's not smart enough for this. I can share you what my thoughts are at this point, but we found Loth Lane came from the back of the library, which we know was the secret passage that led to where the murder happened. And then what's her name? The wife who had the passion reason, Dario. Obviously, if she knew her husband was sleeping with Wayne and all that kind of stuff, she had personal motive. And if she sells, like if she has a mercenary company, so if she offered what's his name, like an exclusive like weapons contract with her mercenary company or something like that, if he helped her out or something like that, like if they worked together.
Oh, you're thinking they're both. Okay.
Yeah, but then also maybe if they were manipulated into it by Jahara, I don't know.
Okay,
so
Just burn the whole mansion down.
We don't need to get that.
Also, their names are like right there in your journal if you need to reference them.
Sorry. Okay. Yes, I got like 50 windows open with the music and the Twitch and the D&D Beyond and the Zoom and the I need 2 monitors. I so need 2 monitors. Sorry.
Yeah, just because I was getting lost, in the what's his names.
Sorry. Oh, right there. Easy. Okay.
And we do know that the one piece is that Adariel can't cast the scroll that we found the scraps of. So if it
but
was
Lothlane can, and Lothlane
we don't know if Lothlane can
right.
actually.
True.
But we don't know that he can't. So I think this is a good question to ask Jahasa to kind of be like, does he have this capability? And what happens? Maybe specifically, because if anybody here is going to know what happens if Erdwane dies intestate, then what happens to his money? I think Jahasa is probably the person that knows. Like, we know the bureaucratic answer, like it goes to the Merchants Council, but then I'm sure everybody has a sense of what actually is going to happen. How is it going to be dispersed? That's my vote. Yeah, let's talk to Jahasa. See if we can trade.
Oh, hello, Raiders. Welcome. Roll hit dice.
We're so lucky tonight.
Yeah.
Nice.
We are currently trying to solve a murder mystery in a rich guy's mansion.
Uh-huh.
So we're
The
gonna
rich
go.
guy is dead.
Yep.
We're trying to figure out who killed him.
Okay.
Well, who made him be dead? It's complicated. All right.
So what is your group actually doing now?
Okay, so we're gonna go talk to Jahasa.
Yeah.
Do we need a sort of plan of attack for that? Are we just gonna all like march up and surround her? I'm not opposed to it.
I mean, I think, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Probably not me, right?
No. You come up, Jira. See what her face does.
I feel like
Caleb, so
think
cast detect thoughts on her before we get too close.
I think she'll see right through my disguise, unfortunately. She did last time.
That was good information to pass along.
I still feel like
I
we
did
should just
mention that last time.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's right. I still feel like we should just do the classic detective, like, get them all in the room and say, one of you is the murderer. And then start like laying out our evidence and then like listening to their thoughts as we, or whatever. But
Although,
Just see who thinks the loudest. Oh my gosh.
yeah, exactly.
if you give me a moment to do some cosmetic work, I can disguise myself mundanely as well.
I don't know that it's necessary.
I mean, if she's already seen through you, I don't know that it matters if she knows that you're not really Jira
Fair
versus
enough.
not really Sturge versus. Unless you want to walk up without a disguise, real power play there. But that might mess up us. Well, I don't know. If she walked up without having her illusion magic on, and then later turned to look like Jira, and then we're walking around with Jira, I don't think it loses us anything, and I don't think it gains us anything. So
Right. I think as soon as I appear, though, as soon as Jera appears, it'll make a stir, and we should watch for people's reactions.
fair. Okay, so we're gonna march up. We're gonna squat up on
Do
her.
it. Yep.
Okay. So, your group gathers up and marches from the office down the stairs and to the feast hall. The only people in the feast hall are, well, there are still like all the bards and other guests in the feast hall. Nobody has left yet, but you do notice that Lothlane, Kieran is still standing at the front door. Jahasa is still like in her corner, and Adariel is standing near the kitchen. So you walk over towards Jahasa, and because you guys are doing this actively, you guys wanted to look at people's reactions, so I guess roll insight. Everybody give me an insight roll. Nice.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
12.
17.
23.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, 18, 23, 17. All right. So, yeah, as you're walking through the room, each of you look at like a different... Well, I guess each of you just glance at each of the major characters. And when Adariel and Lothlane look at Jira, you get like this feeling of like disdain from them. When Kieran looks at Jira, you get like a sense of indifference from him.
Oh.
And then when Jahasa looks at Jira, she kind of smirks a bit.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that she knows it's not.
Yeah. She would.
I'm gonna lean over to her and be like, you should matchmake for Jira, because she's about to become an incredibly eligible bachelorette, and these people don't even know it. Is Jira right? Alright, so we're gonna go up to Jahasa.
Yep.
So you walk up to her as a group,
Mm-hmm.
and she
I think
nods.
I might hang back and just kind of take my time coming down the stairs.
If you get stabbed because you've decided to go lone wolf it, then you've proved me right.
That'll
Thank you.
teach us some useful information, won't it? I'm helping.
So, okay, so your group minus Fane goes over to Jahasa.
Mhm.
She glances, at Jira, who's like staying at the stairs, Jira Fane. And then she shifts her focus over to your group. And she says, well, it looks like you found guessed the hour.
You could say that.
It would like secretly cast detect thoughts.
Okay. Can you secretly cast detect thoughts?
I don't know, what
Like,
do
you are
think?
not a sorcerer, are you? Do you have any ability to do it subtly?
Do it while I'm talking really loud.
It's
What's the range on it? You can just like, do it from
all you need is all it says is concentration.
She might cast it using a stealth check,
Yeah.
which
yeah, you
she
can try.
might have advantage on if Cecilia is running interference.
So anyway, my friend that met you earlier said that you might be willing to trade information for information.
Yes.
Well, I
What are
was
you
just
offering?
wondering if this was information you'd be interested in. I'm gonna hold up the book that has her name on it. I'm gonna cover up the number at the bottom. Are you done casting? I don't know how long it takes you to cast this spell.
So one
Ooh,
action,
look at-
like
look at-
6 seconds.
Roll a stealth check for me. Yeah, I'll give you advantage on the stealth.
Look at it dance.
Thank goodness for advantage. 21.
Oh, nice. Okay.
18 plus 2.
All right. Yeah, you get the spell off, and then her eyes track the book, and she says, I'm listening. I'm definitely interested, but what do you want in exchange?
We have a couple of questions about one of the party guests here.
How many questions?
How many questions do we
It's
wanna ask?
it's a whole
I've
book.
got two.
I mean,
Yeah,
the kind
I
of
think it's
information.
as many questions as we can think of.
If it's just one book, I'll give you 3
There's some
questions for
juicy
that.
stuff in here.
She said 3
Okay.
questions for you.
Okay. And Cecilia is thinking, we've always got the Adariel book that might also be interesting to her. Also,
But we don't want to
also-
be giving her like
Oh, no, we're not
all
gonna
information.
We're not going to show that to her right off. But if it turns out we actually have 5 questions or something, we have more things in the back pocket. Okay, I think our first question is, what happens if Lord Erdwane dies intestate? If he doesn't have a will or an heir?
Well, as you know, by the common laws of Westgate, his estate would go back to the city, and the Merchant Council would decide.
Which is not exactly the question I'm asking, because you know what goes on in this city. What happens when it goes back to the Merchant Council? Where you lay your coin?
I mean, they get to divvy it up as they see fit. So,
What-
is there a
and that-
particular...
My question is, how do you think they'd see fit?
Oh.
If you were going to kill Lord Erdwane, where would the money end up? Because I know
Kill
that
Lord Erdwane.
it's a hypothetical question.
Says, interesting. You're asking me about murdering the host at his own party. Interesting.
If you were going to decide to do that, you know where the money would end up. So I'm asking you.
Says, well,
Here's-
hypothetically, if it were me and I were to do it, then I would have already seeded. I would have already pre-influenced the council, perhaps seeded some deals already. If they take his assets and they divvy it up to somebody that would naturally make sense to give it to, nobody would bat an eye.
Who's that?
Anybody else who would deal in the same industries that he does?
Like Lord Lothling?
Certainly one.
Who else?
What about
Um,
Adariel and her mercenary company?
If Adariel were looking to switch industries, perhaps.
How much do you know about Lord Lothling? Do you know... Is he a magic user? I admired his ring earlier.
I don't believe I've ever seen him go to wizard school, and he is not a sorcerer. He has no inherent magic blood. I also know that he did not contract with any sort of patron.
Can Kalis hear what's going on in her head?
Yes. On the surface level, you hear some harp music.
Oh,
Music.
I think she's blocking you.
Could she be a harper? Is that?
Can I try and dig deeper?
You can. She gets a resist. You're gonna try to dig deeper?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof. Yep. Okay. So what is your save?
17.
17? Yeah, okay. She beats it.
sorry.
That's over at Kalis.
Oh, okay. Your spell ends.
Huh.
Oh, interesting. So,
So she
as you read
her mind
her
now.
thoughts, and that happens, her her gaze like shifts over towards you, Calith, and she says, "Mischievous little mouse."
Excuse me, I'm not a mouse.
She says, "Are you here? Oh, right. Perhaps you are a rat, trying to dig into places that you're not supposed to be."
I think I'm a falcon. Come out of nowhere and kill the things that need killing.
Give me an intimidation roll. That kind of seems like what you're doing.
I mean, she does have the bone wings. They're
Totally
pretty intimidating.
Is there any way to
18.
assist her in this?
18?
Oh, wow.
Nice. Okay. So she sort of just pauses, and then she like turns back and she says, Cecilia, and she says, "All right, what's your other questions? 2 more. Please don't try any tricks. I'm trying to make an honest deal with you here."
Do we have other questions that we've discussed? She doesn't know if Lothling could cast the magic.
What about it?
Can we ask if she knew Jira before?
Did you know about Jira?
She nods and she says yes.
Do you know who else knew about Jira?
Oh, is that one of the questions? I guess that's the
He gave us one for what I asked before, which was definitely
Yeah.
more than one question. So I'm inclined to believe she's a little bit generous. But maybe she's also bad at counting.
I think she's also slightly upset by the fact that you tried to read her mind and she caught it. So I think that would be your second question, and you have one more. You could try to convince her otherwise, or improve her.
You didn't let me
towards you.
finish. You didn't let me finish. Did you know about Jira? And who else knew about Jira? See, that was one sentence. That's one question.
Ooh, including yourself, knew about you.
Well, my apologies. I'm trying not to be rude. I think I was the only one who knew. Perhaps Erdwane. They tended to keep really close counsel for whatever reason.
Do you actually not know the reason?
Oh, you can tell she knows her.
Okay.
It's just
She's just being coy about it. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's good enough to use our last question on, but if we don't have anything else, if we're thinking maybe Lothling and, all right, now Adario, we're working together, we should see if she could cast something.
If she could cast like detect thoughts, or
if Adario could cast the.
We talked to Erdwane and he said.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
His wife wasn't a caster, but maybe he's protecting her.
Or maybe she hid it from him.
Yeah. Do you know anybody at this party who could cast from a scroll?
Well,
aside from the present company here.
Okay. Karen certainly could. I suppose I've seen the valets carrying scrolls throughout the evening. And I suppose actually any of the bards here also could.
But none of them have names, so I think they are not the murderer.
Mr. Bard number 25. J'accuse!
Wow.
Okay.
Oh. But you could have.
Certainly, but I mean, why would I?
Why wouldn't you have? I mean, you could manipulate the Merchants Council to giving the money to whoever best suited you, right?
So what is it exactly that you are insinuating here? I used a scroll in order to do what?
I mean, were you there?
What?
I don't have to explain it if you were there.
Where?
I don't know what I'm going with this, guys. I don't know where I'm going with this.
She says, I've been standing here the entire time, this whole evening.
I think
there are lots of ways to fake that, though, and you know that.
True.
I'm just gonna thumb back at Thane and be like, there are lots of ways to fake that.
There are certainly ways that I could attempt to do it, but I would think that such highly skilled adventurers as yourself probably notice.
Is there any point in insight checking the spy master?
Sure.
I feel like she should just be better at her job than I am at figuring out.
Maybe you're just exceptional.
And I'm also I rolled an 11, so I'm gonna say I'm annoyed, and I don't.
As far as you know, she's telling you the truth. She's not.
She's probably good at her job. Okay. She's so cagey. It makes it hard to trust her.
Rogar's just gonna go. So is being a spy master a hard job? Like,
she says yes. Alas, it is a lot of work, constant diligence.
But what do you get out of it? What's the reward for you?
I get to forward. I get to help my country.
Whoa, Cormyr, right?
You read my book. You should know.
Aye. How long have you been here? How long have you been away from Cormyr?
Oh. Years.
Oh. Do you want to go back, or are you missing it, or have you kind of settled in here?
I do miss it. I miss the food. I miss the music. I miss some of my favorite sights in the city and the presence of purple dragon knights.
I hear that Queen Raedra is pretty kick-ass.
Yes. There's nothing quite like it over here in Westgate.
No, we're trying very hard. Although some of us seem very dedicated to treachery.
So, do you have a third question for me? Because I would like my book.
Thane, have you joined us?
Has anyone stabbed me yet?
No. But I'm waiting for the third question.
Yeah.
I feel like... Oh, no, that's right, because I crammed my two questions together. I actually feel like I have asked her 3 questions, but that's okay.
I guess we could just ask her
what... go ahead. Yeah.
Say who she would suspect most likely to murder.
Who do you think is the most likely to murder Lord Erdwane?
You keep asking these questions about murdering Lord Erdwane.
Yeah, I do.
He asked us here to help protect him, so that's what we're trying to do.
I'm not gonna do your job for you. I'm just gonna ask you to help me with mine.
And she says, "Oh, I would probably suspect either Dariel or Lothling."
Why Dariel? Or yourself?
I myself am innocent. Otherwise,
of course,
clearly I would be a suspect.
Yeah.
I think you also have picked up on why Dariel. You don't seem like the obtuse type.
No. Thank you, I guess.
I mean, do you need me to tell you things you already know? Because I'd be happy to do that.
I think there are plenty of people who had reasons to kill Lord Erdwane, present company included.
The way you phrase that. Interesting.
I think we need to sort of pull back and reconvene amongst ourselves. And
so it's at that moment that Bane, you are hanging out at the staircase. Some people look at you, some people don't. The guards are sort of ignoring you as they walk by for whatever reason. And that is when Peacekeeper Malara comes out from the parlor to the stairs, spots you, and says, "You, guards, grab her! That's Jira!"
Dang it!
I think this is a good time for us to take a break.
There we go.
I wanted to say about the whole, bard number 27. that I've heard. So if you write scripts or if you're going to be a director or anything, name all of your characters, because the poor little, actors getting their first jobs and they call their mom. They don't want to tell them, I got a part and it's driver number 3. They want to be able to say, I got driver Joe. I got driver Jane in this movie.
Some of those extra things are like next level too. I think it was in the movie like Sleepaway Camp that there's a character, just like a minor character named Mr. Damn Kids, because like that's his entire line in the movie is he just goes, damn kids.
That would be great.
Okay.
Oh my God, Mr. Damn Kids.
So we're going to take a break.
All right.
Yep. Let's go for a 10-minute break and then we will be back.
You've got anagrams to solve.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. I will put it into the chat once again. And Emily, since you're late to the party, if you want to also work on these anagrams, please do.
How are the irregulars gonna get out of this one?
Anagrams.
Right. Stay tuned.
Dazzle them with anagrams.
Hello, welcome back.
Hey,
Hey.
literature swaggers. Wow.
Is that actually work?
Anagrams.
That one's pretty great.
Like during the break, one of the viewers, Robert and Emerson, said that literature swaggers might be an anagram for Westgate Irregulars. Is somebody checking that? Because that would be amazing. Oh my God.
That's like, yeah.
I think that's pretty great.
That is incredible.
I mean, if we ever have to change our name for reasons, I think that is what we want.
Absolutely.
Swaggers.
Okay, well, welcome back to part 3 of this one-shot murder mystery. Increasingly less accurately dubbed the one-shot murder mystery. And we're going to try and solve it in the next 40 minutes.
I have faith in y'all.
Well, I suspect I'm about to be arrested or lead people on a merry goose chase. Yeah, Fane, disguised as Jira, turns around and runs back up the stairs.
Some of the guards near you attempt to grab you.
Okay. How many are there? Like, how many are there preventing me from getting back upstairs?
4. There's one close to you, 2. There's one close to you, like right below you in the stairs. There's 2 coming down, and there's 1 at the top.
Rogar will cast Sanctuary on.
Okay, this is an important question.
Oh.
How much time did we spend in the ring? Like an hour?
I don't think it was that long.
Because some of us are warlocks. I mean, some of us recharge our spell slots with an hour's rest.
Hey, welcome Raiders. Epic Realms just raided us.
Woohoo!
It's Epic Realms.
This is a lot of raids. Guys.
I did an interview on Epic Realms recently, and I talked about the show. It could be a good thing to check out.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are coming towards the end of this part of the murder mystery. Shenanigans are about to unfold, it seems, once again. So anyways, no, I don't think it was an hour. The conversation that you had in there was not.
Okay, great. Hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
So DC 17 wisdom save. And technically, I think since I'm just standing on the stairs, this kind of gets everyone in a 30-foot cube of where I am. I'm trapping all the guards and whoever else it happens to be in that cube.
What's the range on hypnotic pattern?
It's a 30-foot cube
30-foot
within
cube?
range. The range itself is 120 feet, but I figure they're fairly close to me.
And what is your spell save DC?
17.
7.
Jesus, they rolled real well.
Yeah, so 2 of them in that time reach you, and they attempt to grab you.
Can we try to intercept?
Yes. But Alara shouts, "Watch out! She's a magic caster!"
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so, ooh, interesting. So what are the rest of you doing in response to this?
I would like to go try to intercept those guards.
I I don't think you can physically reach there, but certainly you get within range to cast something. And then also you spot that you think that Kieran is about to move. And Malara is definitely going to do something.
Can I,
I mean, I want to know what Kieran's going to do.
You think he's about to go up and like just rush towards Jira.
Oh, okay.
Can I Misty Step? I don't know how far away I am from Alara and Kieran, but can I?
You are
if
right
I
next to
Misty
Jahasa,
Step-
and that is about 120 feet away.
Okay. So there is like from Kieran, from Alara, I'm 120 feet away, or from the
From
stairs.
Jira.
From Jira. Okay.
From quote unquote Jira.
Right. I know where real Jira is. Okay. So no, I can't get over there. I can cast something. But what in the world am I gonna cast? Although, I mean, I guess Bane could also bounce out of there.
Oh yeah, I can get out. It's not. I'm not worried.
But our ruse will be up.
Maybe.
But will saving
Not gonna work.
Jira sort of continue the ruse? I think it might sort of make people less likely to talk to us if it seems like we're
Mhm.
aiding and abetting the murderer rather than being deputized to investigate it.
It was, yeah, I guess that's true. I was thinking more of like, come quick, come over here. There's something we've discovered. Don't look at that. Like tell Malara, like, that's a decoy. Leave her alone. But I'm not gonna
You could
shout
try.
that across the room because if I shout that across the room, people are gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It doesn't take a huge perception check, I'm guessing.
So in this one moment, you all have a chance to do one thing. Just tell me what you do if you think of it. We're not doing like an initiative order. So, if Cecilia's thinking, Kalith, Artemisia, Rogar, if you come up with something.
All right, so I had said that I would cast Sanctuary on Fane as she was running up towards the guards. I also wanted, but if it's the one action, so that's a bonus action, and then what I was hoping to do was also as my action use Thaumaturgy, cast a cantrip, and cause the front doors of the feast hall to slam open loudly, as maybe a distraction sort of a thing.
Yeah, you could certainly do that.
Okay.
And Caleb can like kill-ish things.
Jewish things.
You can keep
Yeah.
that in the back pocket for now.
I mean, it's a distraction. I don't think it's a distraction that we want right now, though.
Seems
When you
like
have a hammer, every
There's
problem looks like a nail.
Murders.
I am tempted to cast Seeming and make everybody I can see within 30 feet look like Jira. But I don't know if that's going to actually accomplish anything aside from absolute chaos. Or Erdwane. I can make everybody look like Erdwane. That would be confusing. Again, I don't know that it's
Oof.
anything other than chaos.
I would have to
Wait,
roll
if we can
29
make-
saving throws.
You can try and make everyone look like Erdwane and then see people's reactions.
Except everyone looks like
You
Erdwane,
know
so we
what?
feel like Erdwane looks very startled that Erdwane looks great.
You only play Rich Guy Gonna Die once, so why not?
do
will cast
your
Seeming.
hurt. Okay.
I will cast Seeming. Everybody looks
Oh
like
my
Lord
God.
Erdwane.
Does
So
that
Seeming,
include
I
us?
believe 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So the area is 30 feet,
Ooh, okay.
and it's a charisma saving throw.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's use the advanced dice roller. All right, folks. Yeah, I mean, I roll with whatever my players want to do. So
I don't know. I
let's
don't
go.
know. It
Let's
seems
go.
funny, and I'm going with it.
Yeah, let's do it. So what is your save?
18.
Wow.
Okay. So
How many
less than
more
a
are
handful
here?
less than a handful of people do not change into Erdwane Shalesar, but a number of people do. Jahasa is one of those who saved, but it looks like a Dariel, close enough, and then a number of the other party guests and bards. And they're all looking at each other in like mass confusion.
Does a Dariel Erdwane look surprised in a scared way or in just a confused way?
Give me an insight check.
Come on, insight.
A Dariel as Erdwane.
24.
Holy cow. Surprised. Shocked.
Just like normal, not like
confused.
Not like I've seen a ghost kind of. I just murdered you. How are you in front of me?
Hey, we solved your
I'm telling you what you got from it.
Okay. I'm just clarifying because surprised can mean a lot of things.
Surprised, shocked, confused.
Okay. Presumably nobody knows they look like Erdwane in the moment because there's.
Well, she's seeing a lot of Erdwanes right now.
Well, yeah. They're confused at that, but not that she looks like Erdwane because she doesn't.
They also had the feeling of magic go over them, so she's.
This is a little callous, but I might have just solved their marriage problem for the next 8 hours.
True. At least for one side. Maybe no, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think this marriage has been damaged beyond repair. But anyway.
Okay, so yeah, that corner is generally just now like confused.
Can we see? Does Lothlane look like he saw a ghost?
I don't think you have enough time to cast a spell and check everybody in the room like this.
No, but I'm looking specifically at the two people we thought were the murderers.
Does somebody else want to give me a roll to check Lothlane?
Sure.
Sorry, it's just a long turn.
I feel like I could cast this and look at someone and then whip my head back in 6 seconds.
17 from Artemisia. Just
fine.
I mean, Artemisia doesn't quite know what's happening, but I think her attention would be on the suspects.
So Rogar, you don't get an insight because you were doing something. You were doing the sanctuary plus the thaumaturgy, so that's actually taking up your, your focus. So only Artemisia and Calith had not said that they were doing anything yet. So Artemisia rolled the insight. Calith, you could also do it if you wish.
Calith rolled a 9.
Okay, so Artemisia, you see fear.
Oh.
So,
now,
I mean, as far as the thing that would that be Artemisia's thing to do?
No, you can still do something.
Okay, because, I mean, so Artemisia is gonna, like, grab, I don't know, Cecilia's wrist or something, and be like, the way to help Fane now is to figure out who is the real killer. And she's gonna, like, try to pull everybody into a little knot and be like, all right, it's time. We gotta figure this out from the information that we have.
Okay.
You are close enough to Calith and Cecilia and Rogar. I don't know how you're gonna tell Jira Fane.
I think we're kind of seeing if Fane can help herself.
Okay.
Sorry, Fane.
Well, the two guards have tried to grab you. You can give me an acrobatics or an athletics check to escape.
Also, he has sanctuary on him.
Yeah, but sanctuary is only against attacks and spells.
Oh, okay.
So a grab isn't an attack?
I don't think it's technically an attack.
I thought it was.
I feel like this is a very bullshit semantics argument.
Like grab versus grapple or something.
Someone
like
grabs me, that's assault.
Okay.
But I will give you that seems like the kind of bullshit semantics that might be in the game rules.
It's fine. Whatever way you do it.
Well, I already told you which way I wanted it.
Okay. They grab me then, I guess. I'm probably not gonna defeat them, but
Ooh,
I'll
but
make
I
an
actually
attempt.
no. I think you have a point though. I actually think you have a point. I think it's a special attack, so technically it is an attack. Okay. I've changed my mind. I will have them make wisdom saving throw. What is your DC, Rogar?
17.
They both fail, so they do not.
Okay.
All right. So what do you wish to do?
I use my cape with monobank to vanish in a puff of smoke.
Nice.
And I dimension door my way back into the office.
Okay. After the smoke clears, everybody is like looking around. All the guards are looking around like, where did she go? And Peacekeeper Malara is like, Jira, we never knew she was such a powerful caster. We're gonna have to summon more wizards here to deal with this.
Rogar
She
will
pulls out a scroll.
Rogar will thaumaturgy his voice to be boomingly loud and say, "Everybody calm down." And what's her name? Mahas.
Malara.
The captain lady.
Malara.
Malara. Too many windows to find her name. Malara, come confer with us. You hired us for a reason, and we shall render judgment forthwith.
She says, there she was, right there.
She is innocent. Come, speak with us.
What do you mean she's innocent?
Come speak with us! And he's in my booming voice.
She marches over to you, and she says,
Okay.
You better explain what's happening right now.
This
Situation got a lot more serious than I thought.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Malara. That's not Jira, that was a decoy. We didn't want to shout it.
Well, I sure fell for it as a decoy. Was it a decoy for me?
Not specifically,
Not
but
everything is about you, Malara.
I did feign return.
No, not yet.
No, we just all know that.
I haven't had a space. Yeah.
We just will take that as a point in favor of our associate, that she was skilled enough to fool even you. So anyway,
well, all right. But what did you learn from this?
Well, no one seemed to be too surprised to see Jira, but you may have noticed I cast this spell. We're surrounded by a variety of Lord Erdwanes.
I have noticed.
It's a fun spell. It does some things. Anyway, so we do have a suspect. We're sort of trying to hone them in on the motive specifically, but it seems very likely that Lord Lothlane Stalwyn is the culprit. He was seen near the secret tunnel that we found that went up to the office.
Wait.
What?
So you're telling me it's not Jira, but it's Lord Lothlane Stalwyn.
Yeah.
You know he's a noble of Westgate.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to really lock this down so that, you have all the evidence, because we know if you got to bring charges against a noble, they really got to stick, because those guys are squirmy.
Okay.
And
so
possibly should we mention that he's possibly in league with
maybe he might have an accomplice. We haven't totally worked that one out.
what have you worked out?
Well, the Lord Lothlane had the opportunity. He was. We saw him in the library, which has a secret passage that leads up to the office where Erdwane was killed.
And there was a scent trail.
We did have our. I was just gonna glance at Artemisia and be like, we have a wolf
who is specially trained.
Yes, is very discerning. A discerning wolf. From Aglarond, you can't get them here. Anyway, it tracked down to the library to Lord Stalwyn. But we also found the remains of a scroll. Someone cast silence on that room, and we think they may have actually used Jira to commit the murder. We're still working out exactly how.
So you're saying somebody controlled her?
Yeah, that's our theory right now. But we do want to be sure, like I said, we don't want to hand you a half-solved mystery and ask you to stick your neck out. We've all dealt with the Merchants Councils, particularly Lady Tararan over here. Remember my sister, Lady Tararan? Who's almost a noble, basically. Anyway, we've just got to cross some T's and dot some I's and mark some runes, or whatever we say in this particular language.
So you told me that he had the opportunity.
He did.
What was the means?
When he stabbed.
So the means was
Yeah.
Jira.
Yeah, that's our theory.
You
right
say
now.
that he used Jira to stab him. So okay.
Mhm.
And then what is the motive?
The guy's broke.
He needs the money.
He needs the money. Right now, we're working on a theory that he's capable of making the Merchant Council disperse that will if it's intestate, particularly advantageously. He also might have an accomplice who has personal reasons. We're just, kind of working some
accomplice?
stuff. Yeah, we're working
Who?
some stuff out.
And he's desperately broke, so
Yeah.
he's.
Like I
Yeah,
mentioned.
they just said that. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So-
sorry.
Who's the accomplice?
Well,
I
we're
mean,
looking-
I'm not loving the accomplice idea personally, but I mean,
This is one
we
that's
don't
a
need to
little-
air this in
well,
front of the.
Yeah. Let us lock that down a little tighter. Just we don't want to. This involves some delicate personal matters, which obviously, if it's up to the safety of Westgate, we have no problem airing at all whatsoever. But maybe we should just make sure.
Look,
So we're gonna go make sure. Okay.
look. Not great at my job, but I love having a job. So if I accuse this noble and it's not airtight, I might lose it.
Yeah. We want this to be airtight. To be clear.
So all the things you've said, I mean, they make sense to me, but
Mhm.
you gotta give me something a little more, like some concrete evidence.
That is what I
Lots of
would
circumstantial.
very much like to do.
All right.
So what if one of us changes ourselves to look like Erdwane and just charges him? That's what he does.
He says, "No, I thought I murdered you."
So are we speaking privately now? 'Cause-
She's I walked away.
Okay, good. It was like I was trying to extricate us. I wasn't sure if we
Yeah.
were successful. Okay. Okay.
We could do the
So-
thing where I let him overhear that I did manage to resurrect Erdwane and that we've got him safely stashed. So,
That's interesting.
But so when we did speak with Dad, like Erdwane was just talking about Jira. So if we're
He
like,
didn't
oh,
know
we're
that.
talking to Erdwane, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's gonna say Jira.
I wonder. So I have two thoughts. One is that if Adariel seems like potentially she could be an accomplice, maybe we just go to her and we say, like, we know you did this, and then she points at Lothlane. Like, I didn't do it, but I totally saw him do it.
I like that.
The other thing is he has that weird ring. And if I can get my hands on it, maybe I can tell what it is.
Yeah, I'm focused on the ring. So the thing about the accomplice is that I lost track of our logic for why. Because it seems like Lothlane has a reason, Adariel has a reason, but why would they work together?
Because they
Unless-
both kind of have half a reason. Like, she wants to kill him because he's sleeping with her husband, but she doesn't really seem to like her husband. And then he wants to kill him because he wants his money. But does he definitely have a way to get his money? We don't know. And if they work together, I mean, that's the other thing is that Adariel has a better reason, but she can't cast from a scroll as far as we know. But-
Maybe she wanted him dead, but couldn't do it on her own. And I mean, Lothlane needs money, he needs a deal, and she has a mercenary company. So again,
That
I
was
think maybe
that's
she-
right. That's the other thing. I still think it's Lothlane. I still like him better for it. Like, I think she's pissed, but the look that she gave him was not, I'm gonna kill your boyfriend pissed. It was, I'm gonna hold you to these marriage vows kid pissed. But I don't know. Let's go see. I guess we could go see what the ring's up. What's up with the ring?
So let's get the ring, see what it is. If that gives us something on Lothlane, then Zone of Truth him, and then like say, were you the one who did this alone? Just to like make it to be sure that he didn't have help.
Okay. So, Caliph, can you cast Identify?
No.
Okay. See, I haven't actually fully leveled up yet because I was torn between Tough and Fey Touched, and Fey Touched would give me Identify.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I just made up my mind.
Detect
but-
magic.
I've got to detect magic. Because that would be very handy if I get him to let me hold the ring.
Does Fane have identify? Or
No.
He has animate dash. Animate.
we can kill him and then animate him and ask him what his ring is.
I mean,
Kayla's answer to everything.
let's call that plan B.
I love Kayla.
Okay. Part of me is like, no, I still don't know which one I want. But maybe that makes up my mind because it would be really handy if one of us had identify. So can we go talk to Lord Laughlane? Is he around still? Has he fled in the face? I'll drop the seeming because I think that has done its job.
Okay. Yeah, he appears to be really pale and seems nervous. He's still standing in the southwest corner of the feast hall.
Okay. I will go up to him, trailing whatever posse I have, and be like, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yes. So many Erdwanes.
I guess it was like a party trick.
What do you think?
Like a fun, it's my birthday, here's a bunch of me. I don't totally understand wealthy people's tastes, but I'm sure you do.
I suppose. I thought that Jira might have cast that.
Oh no, I think Jira can cast any magic.
Well, didn't you just see her do the hypnotic pattern and then poof?
No, I didn't see any of that.
She was right over there on the northern stair.
I was talking over there. I didn't see any of that go down. That must have been strange. Do you know Jira? I only met her at the door.
I mean, as far as I know, she's just like this peasant girl that Erdwane is interested in.
Well, that's weird. Why is he interested in a peasant girl?
I mean, who knows what his tastes are? He's probably some sort of deviant, unmarried for all these decades.
I thought he was your friend.
That's kind of a harsh thing to say.
I mean, does friendship bar me from saying the truth as I see it?
No, I think that might be a topic of general discussion, I suppose. But okay,
why else would she be here?
I don't know. I mean, he's been alone a long time, but don't you see a little bit of a resemblance?
Resemblance?
Yeah, in the nose. What's his face doing?
With your passive, okay. So Rogar and Cecilia, you notice that he turns even paler as maybe he makes some sort of realization.
Is it possible for me to clasp his hand and be like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then really fast cast the identify spell?
And
so no, because it takes a minute to cast unless...
Well, that's bullshit. Maybe I don't want this feat.
Like drag him to a corner and cast hold person and just like strip him out.
I'd considered
Okay.
hold person.
I'll grab his hands and I will go. Are you okay? You seem like you might want to talk about something. Caliph, look menacing behind me.
Oh wait, Keela's gonna stand right behind you and then raise her skeletal wings so it looks like the skeletal wings are coming out of you.
I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry.
I think that perhaps
You were mad, weren't you?
bad.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't help you out. Well, that's what friends are for.
I mean, I had a meeting with him later tonight. I mean, I'm sure he would have helped me.
Yeah.
We had, I mean,
He
where,
would have helped you?
where is he?
I
Jira-
don't know.
With your passive insight, Rogar,
Aye.
because you have an 18,
Aye.
you definitely know he's lying.
Aye. And Rogar will say, well, that's where Jira is now with him. He's recovering from a resurrection spell, so she's helping
Oh,
him.
give me a deception roll.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
Can I assist him?
Ow.
Well, what's Rogar gonna say? Because I'll back him up.
I mean, that's what I said, but a deception of 3.
I would
knew
like
that was
to
gonna
assist him.
Yeah. See, I'll roll the deception too. See, Rogar tried and it didn't work.
Right, Rogar is not someone to deceive.
But the thing is, we brought in a backup cleric. You may have seen Jira before. I did fib a little. That's not Jira. That's our associate. And she can cast it really banging resurrection. So he maybe remembered some stuff.
Erdwane says, what did you say she cast again?
I said resurrection.
I see. Well,
So I guess he can loan you the money still.
Aye, you can still have
But
your meeting.
will he?
I suppose that means I can meet with him and went then after all. I wasn't
We were heading
sure
up
if
there.
I had a chance with all this commotion.
Hmm.
So,
Insight check him.
yeah.
Hmm, 15.
You get a feeling that he's not completely truthful.
We're going up there to join him and Jira. Why don't we escort you up there?
Oh, it would be a private conversation. I don't want to share my business with everyone.
Is business what you call your dagger?
Excuse me. What do you mean?
You mean we know what happened? You were mad he wouldn't loan you the money. So you went up the back secret entrance and you used Jira to make sure that it wasn't going to loan anybody any money. I bet if we talk to the members of the Merchant Council, we're going to find out that you've arranged things so that his fortune goes to you, his dearest, oldest friend. I'm going all in, guys. You better stop me if you don't
Do
like
it.
this.
No.
Do it. Do it.
And as you know, Artemisia, it has a temporary status on the Merchant Council. So,
Turns out those merchants gossip.
aye.
He says, you're suggesting that Jira, who's actually your high-level
Oh, no.
No.
cleric?
No, to be clear, there's 2 Jiras now.
Oh, he thinks I'm a cleric.
There's a real Jira and there's a decoy Jira. And the real Jira is in possession of a will. Which you're
Will?
not. Yeah, it turns out he already left his money to somebody. So all this was kind of wasted.
Aren't you sad you got pushed into this for nothing?
You get the sense that he seemed unhappy at the mention of a will. But he says, how could I possibly use Jira? Do you think I'm like one of those illithid creatures from under Westgate?
Now I do.
That's where tentacles erupt from his mouth.
Everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
So if you didn't cause Erdwane's death, I'm sure you would be willing to swear to that under a zone of truth.
I can cast it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
How do I
easy.
There we go.
know that is the only thing you'll ask me? There's a lot of sensitive topics that I do not wish to answer.
Can I cat?
I will say rather that we will ask you questions only pertinent to Erdwane's attempted murder.
I didn't even know that there was an attempted murder.
I'm having.
And
a
will you
quandary.
say the same thing in a zone of truth?
You definitely know he's lying. He
I-
says,
I don't want to charm person him, but I can charm person him if that helps.
I mean, Artemisia would be against that if she knew, but
WWFD, what would Fane do?
Oh, good. No, I don't. That actually makes me back and
So
forth.
Caleb can disguise self and make herself look like Erdwane.
I mean, I feel like we already had him react. Oh, I guess you could just disguise. Can you disguise your voice with disguise self too?
Good question.
I mean,
It's
can
also,
we
as-
keep pushing on the zone of truth before we get to the like?
I mean,
super-
Yeah.
he's wiggling. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
he's
it's clear.
disappeared.
And Caliph can do the mind reading thing too, right? So I can zone of truth him, mind read him, and then between the two, asking questions, and we'll know based on what he answers or doesn't answer. We'll get our confirmation. But
It's
I
like
did
a-
want to.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I did want to say as an aside, like I was never convinced that he used Jira to kill him, but I guess because Erdwin said it, but because Erdwin had said something about her talking but no noise coming, I thought the scroll was maybe just silence or something like that he used to cover the sound of him, because if she was blinded
Yeah.
and or
Oh, that
deafened,
is true.
she wouldn't have heard him coming in and murdering.
Yeah, but he said Jira killed him.
Yeah.
That was his first. We said, "Who killed you?" He's like, "Jira." And we're like, "Shit, that's not right."
But if he snuck in, and if it was silent, he wouldn't have heard him come up behind him and like stab him.
I mean,
oh,
there's
like it's a
stealth,
step
But
in
he
the front.
still wouldn't
do
say
it.
that. But then he still wouldn't say that Jira killed him, right? If he didn't say killer. 'Cause-
True. Okay, never mind.
All right.
All right. So zone of truth him.
Try it.
Yep.
I'm gonna zot him. I'm gonna zot.
It's
him.
like just a sort of a meta question. Which of these is most morally wrong? Charm person, unwilling zone of truth, or detect thoughts? They're
I
all
think the
kinda
most
okay.
morally wrong thing is letting a killer go free.
You know what? That is fair.
Enhanced interrogation is okay. No, I'm just kidding. So I think that Rogar was use zone of truth because it's entirely voluntary. Basically, they know they're in a zone of truth, and they can choose not to answer. But by choosing not to answer, they kind of incriminate themselves. So,
Yep.
All right.
Reading.
All right. I will cast. I kind of like the idea of casting this and having what's her name present as well, but Dario. But okay, here we go. I will cast Zone of Truth. Whoa.
Okay. So he sees you casting Zone of Truth, and he tries to move away. Are any of you going to stop him?
Old person.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is the save versus a hold person? Like, what's your DC?
Wisdom 17.
Oh boy, he fails that. Okay, and now he's in
Oh,
the zone
no.
of truth. Oh, he fails that too. Okay, you know that it works
Shoot,
on
no.
him.
What?
Can we swap hold person? Can you place hold person on Cecilia? Because don't you need concentration for your
I
mind
don't
reading
have hold
stuff?
person. For my
Oh.
what?
Oh, I was asking if she needed
Oh, right,
concentration
for
for
detect
her
thoughts.
for detect thoughts.
Well, I mean, doesn't hold person like paralyze him or something?
Old
Incapacitate
person
him?
is concentration.
Aye, so if detect thoughts is also concentration, she'd have to drop the hold person to.
I mean, Artemisia has hold person. If you
Oh, there we
convince
go.
her that
Oh,
it's-
okay.
I mean, I guess there's not
Paralyzed.
too much morally. Just like, dude, stay here and answer the question.
So you think a hold person might be too much for it because it would paralyze him. Like he's
Okay.
currently paralyzed in the zone.
Okay.
Probably can't speak well under the effects of a hold person spell.
I could stone shape the floor around his feet if it's stone, and like basically mold the stone over his feet so he can't move.
Has enough time passed that I could have logically come back through the secret passage?
Yeah.
Looking like Sturge again?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'd be that.
Okay. So Sturge rejoins the group.
What seems to be the trouble, fellow heroes?
We're doing some questioning.
Are you looking for someone to make a slightly morally ambiguous choice? I cast charm person on him.
I feel like Fane is single white femaling me. I just want to be that to put that on the record.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
17.
Okay, he fails that. Man, he just fails everything. All right.
All right.
Don't run away. Answer the nice lady's question, friend.
But is he paralyzed now and he can't talk? Wasn't that the problem with the
Zone of
person?
truth.
You could drop the hold person. I have.
Well, yeah, Caleb is gonna drop that and then gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
So you were doing charm person, right?
Yeah. Charm person.
Or I guess Caleb doesn't need to do that then if you're charming him. Right?
Well, yeah, you maybe still should.
Might as well.
All right.
Let's go full bore.
Why not?
Alright. So let's start again. You went up through the secret passage to the office, and you took out a scroll. What kind of scroll did you cast?
Answer the nice lady's question already. Don't be impolite.
He looks at you, Fane, and he says, I trust you, but I don't know if I trust them.
You can whisper it in my ear then. How's that?
Okay, and then you'll tell me. You'll tell me if it's safe then to tell them.
Oh yes, I'll tell you if it's safe.
Okay. So he leans over to you and he whispers, "Silent."
Yeah, I think it's safe. You can go ahead and tell them. That's not a spell that would hurt anybody, is it?
You're right. You're right.
I have been silent on some occasions, and it is only a little bit painful.
It was silence.
You cast silence so that Jira wouldn't hear when what happened.
He looks again at Fane, and he leans towards Fane and whispers in Fane's ear, when I turned into Jira and killed her. And he looks kind of surprised that he said all that.
Oh, was it?
It's okay. I
ring,
completely
maybe.
understand.
Aye.
You can tell them though. I bet they'll find that fascinating.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they'll probably praise you for it. They really like it when people turn into other people.
It's true.
We
In
love
order
when
to
people
deceive
flaunt
people.
how tricky and smart they are.
Let me tell you a little story. I myself am a trickster and deceiver. Not of you, obviously. You're a good friend of mine. But these folk have embraced me as a friend, and I can't tell you how emotionally meaningful that is to me. So be honest with them. Tell them what you did, and I think they will praise you for it. They're good people. You can trust them.
Sarcasm.
Give me a deception with advantage.
Yeah.
And if you succeed this, then I won't need to do this.
Okay.
We'll just say it affects the rest of it. Okay.
Well,
very
28.
nice.
Okay.
Okay. So he nods and he's like, well, I trust you, so I don't think you would give me bad counsel.
Of course
right.
not. Never.
I'm gonna crack a tooth right now. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes, I used the silence spell, and I used another spell in order to turn into Jira and kill Erdwane.
It's your ring, right? The one I was admiring earlier? Is that what it
Yes.
does? Yeah, that is
Sort of.
Sort of.
I mean, it wasn't cheap getting a ring of spell storing.
Mm. Those are hard to come by. How clever of you.
Thank you.
And
See, I told you.
did you do this alone? Was anyone an accomplice in this act with you, or goading you on to do it?
I did have one accomplice.
Oh, who was that?
He
You can whisper it
points
in
at
my ear.
he points at bard number 38 and he says, it was, I mean, I couldn't get a weapon inside, so I hired a bard, one that I met at the college. He was very good with the Song of Creation, so he made me a dagger.
Hmm,
Oh,
that's
and
why
it was
no
newly made, never
marks.
been used.
Very clever.
Hmm.
Well, we really appreciate how much trust you've put in us here. I loved your story and how raw and emotionally vulnerable it was, and I would love to share it with some friends of mine, if you don't mind.
Do you mind?
Guards!
Okay, the guards come rushing over. and
Okay, is
Malara-
now when we cast Hold Person?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Castle person now.
Well, I'm sure somebody attacks him to grapple him, and that would probably start him saving
be
against
ready.
the charmed person.
Just
So,
be ready.
yeah.
He looks at you again, Fane, and he's like, is this okay?
This is fine. Would you like to see a trick?
Not really, but okay.
I
I mean, he's in the zone
I-
of truth. Yeah.
I conjure my pack blade, which is a little dagger.
Bane?
Yes, but
No.
see,
No.
this is how you sneak a blade in when it's not allowed. But I want you to know that I think I have grown from this experience. I did
mean-
not stab you in the gut.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that felt so good.
Should someone hold person bard 38 or something so he doesn't? They don't.
Oh yeah, good
Oh,
idea.
yeah. We're the bird 38.
Yeah, I mean, I just said that, but Erdwane.
But we
actually-
point at him and the guards grab that bard.
Yes.
Grab that bard.
That's right. Guard that bard.
Yeah, okay, so you bring the guards bring the bard over, Malara comes over, and she sees that you've got Lothlane in a zone of truth, also charmed. Maybe
We like to
held.
cover all the bases.
Okay. So
We told you we wanted this to be absolutely airtight so that your job wasn't at risk. And look, there we go.
He has confessed.
Oh, that's great. Did you also collect all the evidence I asked you to?
I think so.
I mean, he
Uh,
told us everything. So, how and why and
did we
Wait,
get
we
why?
don't-
everyone.
Did we
no,
sort
we
of
didn't
elide
quite get
why?
why, but
Dang it. Is he still charmed? He's not charmed anymore, is he?
Charm
The
lasts an
charm
hour.
lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay. I thought as soon as he
I
got
haven't
grabbed, he
attacked
wasn't
him. No one
charged.
else has attacked
We
him.
have the dagger, right? And we have the bard who created the dagger who can tell you that he made it for Lothlane. We have the scraps of the parchment, the silence spell that you used. You have his ring. Sorry.
Lord
The charm
Stallway?
lasts
Oh, the
until
ring.
my companions do. I or my companions do anything harmful to him.
Oh,
So if I had stabbed him, the whole thing would have fallen apart. But you talked
I didn't-
Fane out of doing
I'm
it.
very glad you didn't do that.
Also, we should probably remove the ring in case he
it-
has another spell like teleportation
Yeah.
stored in there.
That's fair. Lord Stallwyn, can you tell my friend here?
You mean this ring?
What what you did? Why you did what you did? Why did you? I just explained to her how clever you were with the silence spell and the spell storing ring, and that was because he wouldn't loan you money. Yeah, and because you thought maybe this was a good way to get his money. That's what I guessed, but.
And he's like, you tell that he's like trying really hard not to say anything in front of the guards and Malara, but yeah, he's kind of pinned there by that zone of truth. And so he's like, I mean, I did want his money, but I also wanted him to suffer. He's the one who
Understandable.
put me into these dire straits in the first place.
Oh.
Well,
Then it is deeply understandable. Rich people are the worst.
He had a deal for me. He told me that it was a surefire thing. I trusted him. And I lost everything.
That explains why you stabbed him more than once, like stabbed him so many times.
I hated him.
Aye. Well,
Sounds
Well,
like it. Yeah.
Here's the good news. We lied about the resurrection, so that worked out for you.
He's not going to be coming back to hurt you. Don't worry.
The bad
That's
news is
great. So it's a true
Silver
happy
lining.
ending.
The bad news is these people are going to take you to jail now. Bye.
That is bad news.
I don't want to go to jail.
Fun fact: you don't get a choice in that, murderer.
should have thought of that. Consequences, my friend. Consequences.
He
Also,
struggles
since-
in the grip of the guards, so they hold him fast.
Since he was described so much as the old man in the first episode, I just feel like this is the perfect moment where we rip off his old man mask, and it's like,
And he's a mind flayer.
The tentacles are rough in his mouth.
I would have got away with it too if it weren't for
Legend.
those darn irregulars.
Rip off his old man mask. It's just another old man under the mask.
Yes. Right. So yay!
Yay.
Justice has prevailed. And
So Malara takes the evidence from you, and the guards lead Erdwane away. And the guests look like people have been like listening in on this. Everybody looks just shocked, and they are all quiet. Nobody even makes a move to like leave. They're all just sort of like waiting to see how this plays out. You see Jahasa from the back corner, like give your group a nod.
You're
and
gonna do
then-
the slow clap.
Yes, she's gonna give you a toast,
like-
like one of those
I feel
slow
like-
toasts that she gave.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're not getting invited to any more fancy parties in the near future.
She crooks her finger to Cecilia.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there, watching her carefully in case there's a dagger or something.
She says, "You know,
Hmm.
you seem to be quite the persuasive one. Although you come across as brash and loud, there's like an interesting form of subtlety to you. Have you ever
It's like
thought?
a whole aesthetic.
Have you ever thought about, becoming a spy?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Well,
Wait, a spy for Cormir?
who else?
I mean, we have other neighbors.
He says, well, if other neighbors make you a better offer, then I would totally understand. But I have a certain item that you might be really interested in.
Hmm?
says, if you come to work for Cormier as a spy under me, then I will give you this. And she pulls out like this bag, and inside of it, you recognize that there's like an item that you're looking for as part of like your witch house.
Oh.
She says, only if you come work for Cormier.
Goodness.
That's clever.
Where's my witch house list?
I'm only doing this because one of the viewers got you bling bling. So you better thank
I'm wounded.
Tabinya.
Thank you, Tabinya.
Clever. She set up this whole thing just to approach Cecilia.
See, here's the thing. I
Wheels
feel
within
like,
wheels.
on the one hand, Cecilia is definitely interested in some witch house ingredients. Oh, some of these are very weird.
Yeah. Hard to get and weird.
I think you should take the offer, Cecilia.
But on the other hand, she don't like people bossing her around, and a country she's only passed through briefly. Actually, no, Cecilia's never been to Cormier, because when we went to Cormier, Cecilia was in the frozen wastes. So she hasn't even gotten to Stong's homelands on the other side of Cormier. But you know what? Sometimes you say yes and you just change your mind later, and it's fine.
She's a high-level spy master. She will find you. She will find you.
Later, though, not now.
Yeah, true. Future Cecilia's problem.
That's true. She owes me, future Cecilia.
I mean,
Plus,
would
you know,
you really be a witch if you thought everything through completely?
Well, I'm not going to answer that question. I think the witches of Rashman are studied and dedicated magic users with a lot of foresight and care.
They are.
So how dare you, sir?
Mhm.
Anyway, I will take this bag of silver gooseberries, I guess.
Indeed.
Because I don't think there's a maiden's kiss, preferably chaste, in this bag.
It's both.
A bag full of smooches.
Maybe you can get Jira to kiss the berries and then.
I literally don't know what to do about that one, guys. I don't know how you take that and put it in a cauldron. It's just. But I haven't discussed any of this with you, so you don't know why I'm making a deal for a bag full of berries. But I am.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Anyways.
So
Deal?
that's two things. All right.
Okay.
We'll see what I can do for you.
All right.
I think what I'm going to do is use this to take down some crappy merchant council people that we missed. But we'll see what happens.
So Malara thanks like the rest of you, and she says, you know, if it weren't for your group, tonight I would have arrested an innocent girl. Man.
Maybe
this is why I hire you to do it, and I don't just do it myself.
Did you guys? Are we getting paid?
That is a good question. Are we getting paid for this?
You did say hire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He like reaches behind her and she like pulls out a pouch and she hands it to you. All right, here's the going rate. Thanks. All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you. Do we get some more hors d'oeuvres?
Heroes, we shouldn't be paid scale, but that's all right.
She walked out really fast after that.
We opened the bag, we're like, it's a bunch of hazelnuts. What's up?
Okay, so
inside the
I
bag are
suggest
50 gold pieces.
Whoa.
I also suggest before we leave, we go to the kitchen. Everyone who has unseen servant or floating disc or anything like that, just cast it and then pile on as much as we can.
It's you. I think you're the one that has that.
This is a type of mass looting. Okay. So
Kayla is still in college mode. She's like,
yeah, you do that. And with all of your spells combined, you manage to easily carry out all the fine goods and modern mixed media art in this household and transport it back to Briar House.
Oh, you're not putting that art in my art.
So,
We wouldn't rob Jira. I wouldn't rob Jira. Rogar
Did you
wouldn't rob Jira. It
let
was just for
Jira
food.
out of the ring? Did that happen?
Yeah, we
Yes.
just let Jira out of the ring.
Okay,
Let
good.
Jira out of the ring.
Okay.
Don't steal all of
Just
Jira's
leave
stuff.
her in there.
Just maybe
Oops.
Jira's food, because
It's fine.
that would go
It's
bad.
gonna go bad. Exactly. Exactly.
Help her clean up. And and Rogar will offer to matchmake her when she's ready.
She is sad, but she accepts that. She says she'll contact you when it's time. And she freely offers everything in the house that you guys want to loot and carry off. In fact,
Are you just gonna sell off this place?
yes, there's too many horrible memories here. And in fact, she like as you guys are walking around, like looking at the things that you may want to take, you enter the guest bedroom and you let out Barishaw, and you happen to see another painting there, on the back wall. That's another modern mixed media masterpiece.
And it probably has the book that's one of three in it, behind it, maybe.
Oh.
So, yes, but let me. I gotta show you guys now. Show the audience what it looks like.
So how many orcs do you think could live in this house?
All right.
What is the monthly rent on this place?
That is a lot right there.
Maybe we get a discount.
Oh my god.
She said, "This is very, very. You think it's incredibly expensive, like just like blow your mind expensive." Anyways, so, you don't actually find the last book behind this. You find another puzzle, but that's, I'll just show you guys, but we don't have time for that anymore. In fact, we need to close out. But in the course of searching Lord Lochlane, you find the book on his person.
Oh.
Okay.
Whose is that? Was that his?
It is.
Okay.
I'll show you the last puzzle, and then, any final words before we close out, or any last final looting you want to do in this non-canonical one-shot.
I think Cecilia will go up to Fane and be like, "So are you going to snatch something and vanish?"
Is that what you're expecting me to do?
That's literally what you do every time.
I know I have this pattern, but honestly, I kind of feel good, like I've done something that's helped people. And by people, I mean you, because you're the people I care about.
Oh, that's sweet.
That didn't actually sound sarcastic. That is improvement.
Well, there's something strange about all of you. You have this group dynamic that I appreciate, and I just thank you for allowing me to be part of it.
Meant what I said before. You can have marks and you can have friends, and they can't be the same people. But I appreciate that tonight we were not your marks. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you keep it up and you're not just useful.
Maybe I will.
Stop spying on me and writing chapbooks about it. And then Cecilia's gonna walk away.
You think that's me?
I know you're satin red sheer chain! Fane, I can't talk. So angry.
And with that, and the final looting of Lord Erdwane Shalesar's manor, you have solved a murder most foul, gotten the respect and a job with the respect of the nobles in Westgate, and a job for Cecilia. So that is the end of A Rich Guy Gonna Die. Thank you for playing.
Thank you for running it.
Always a lot of fun.
I guess that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks to Yang Yang Wang for running our one shot that turned into 3 games, because it was so fun.
I mean,
3
I planned for
times
at least
the game.
2. Yeah.
We'll be back next week with a game that I'm probably going to be running because I am Eric Scott DeB, the typical GM, DM of this campaign. Thank you to my fellow players and thank you to the audience. It's been great going through this journey with you. I got to play, I so rarely do. And on that note, take it away, Erin.
I'm Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans. You can catch me on the podcast Writing About Dragons and Shit with Trevor Bettis and B. Dave Walters. We had a new episode dropped today about breaking in and a lot of other random topics that go with it. You can also find me on Wednesday mornings on Champions of Lore, where I talk with those guys about the lore behind the game of our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hey, I've been Rhiannon Held. And we are all writers and authors and such of varying types. And if you're interested in that, you can go to dungeonscrawlers.com and look at our various books. And also this week until Sunday, I will put the link in the chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, head to the website. Several of my Dungeon Scrawlers short stories are free, as well as one from Randy. So sci-fi, fantasy, inner thoughts of Roomba, all kinds of great stuff. So check those out until Sunday. And thank you tonight to our moderators, Seldarine and Shay.
Hi, I'm Yang Wang. I've been the DM for this murder mystery. I want to highlight. Thank you. Well, I hope you guys had fun, you know.
It was fun.
It was very
And
well.
at the end of the day, you figured out who it is using your own means. So I want to highlight the charity that we want to highlight this time around. So lately, I don't know if people have heard of the news, but there's been a little something going on with Activision Blizzard. If you don't know that news, you should go Google it and read up on it yourself. But we wanted to highlight one of the nonprofits that the employees of Activision Blizzard urged people to support. And the one this time around is called Girls Who Code. Girls Who Code is on a mission to close the gender gap in coding. According to their stats, in 1995, 37% of computer scientists were women. Today, it's only 24%. So they want to reverse this trend, especially in the demographic with the biggest drop-off, and that's girls between the ages of 13 and 17. So far, their programs have helped 450,000 girls from around the world, and their alumni go into computer science and other related field at a 15 times the average national rate. So check them out at girlswhocode.com. Look at their programs and consider donating to them if you can, or just telling somebody else that you know who might be interested in supporting them that they exist.
Awesome.
I'm Emily Tim. Thank you all for watching, for letting us do this awesome stream and do crazy stuff.
Also, the views and opinions expressed in the stream did not reflect upon Wizards of the Coast that employs Emily.
Thank you for that. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm Randy Henderson. Thank you all definitely for joining, for subscribing, for following, for bits, everything that you gave to us. We're very grateful for. We love you all. And come join us over on the Discord. Hang out with us. Talk about games and this game and gaming in general and hobbies and writing and all kinds of fun stuff. And you can find some fiction over there, as well as on our website. You can find details about the characters, players, recaps of our past episodes, all kinds of fun stuff. So come join us, join the community, and until should we tell them what's happening next week? Quick.
Oh yeah, but real quick, I'm gonna throw in the final bonus puzzle and clue into the Discord chat if anybody wants to give it a crack. Right. I just showed it right before we ended.
Yeah, we're going to be posting some stuff for our game starting next week, but Randy, you want to give them a little teaser?
Like in terms of
no, just like a verbal teaser.
Verbal teaser. Okay. What do you mean? No. Well, it was Aaron's idea, I think, was the one who proposed it, and then we all kind of built on it. School reunion. Woo! Artemisia is going to go back to her old school for a school reunion, and the Westgate Irregulars are going to get sucked into, high school shenanigans. So that'll be fun. We're looking forward to that. And so hope to see you then. Hope to see you next week. And until then, everybody, stay scrawly.
Bye.